We're good. Okay, awesome. So sorry guys, I had some internet connection issues. Kind of got me nervous. So I had to reschedule it. Hi everybody, welcome to Trippy Times. This is the second segment of the shifting paradigms uh discussion that we're going to have, and we're bringing in a very well-known guest. I think everybody in the community is going to recognize his name. Has kind of like become a meme, if I'm being honest, in the UFO community. I think a lot of people forgot that the real Chad Smith was from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, man. I mean, but yeah, that's our guest, and I'm gonna go ahead and bring him in, man. He's my good friend, Chad Smith. What's up,
Hey,
buddy?
he's not the real one. I'm the real one.
Oh man, I'll let you discuss that with him, man. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't
How's
want
it
to get
going,
on that
Josh?
subject. How's it going, man?
Oh, it's
Chad
going
Smith,
pretty good
everybody
today.
from awesome Chad Smith podcast and Paranormal Chop Shop, and it's been on some other stuff, man. And he's a good friend of mine, and I'm glad to have him on here.
Oops.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, we had
sorry
a hell
about
of a
that,
night
man.
last night
Oh
on the
yeah, man.
Paranormal
Damn,
Chop
sorry.
Shop. That was a good podcast.
Yeah. Oh, what's going on? I'm sideways. Come on. Everything
Yeah,
good? All
it's
right. I'm
just
gonna
a.
knock on wood. Pray that I don't have any issues. Yeah. Last night I couldn't be in there, but I was laughing my ass off. I kept anytime there's like 10 people on it, it just I need to get better internet. Really. Better
Yeah,
laptop.
it
My
gets
phone
really
works better
crazy with
than
10 people on there.
yeah. I see we got some people in the chat already, man. I'm so glad y'all are here. Gordium, Spooky Morales, what's up, buddy? Actually, Spooky, man.
No,
Oh,
Spooky.
man,
Keep her out of here. Keep Jamie out. Let her sleep. Let her sleep.
I was thinking, we had Spooky on last time, man. I might have to try to get him in here a little bit in the chat if you don't mind. But I'd like to go ahead and
Yeah,
start out with just me and you talking for a minute, and then
for
drop
sure.
Spooky a link or something, man. Maybe you jump in with us.
Yeah, we could do that.
Uh, yeah, Sun Saver. He's not a chili pepper.
I'm
uh,
not a chili
yeah,
pepper.
really, guys, Chad is he's a shapeshifter, man. That's what it is, man. He got busted. So, yeah. Did you read the description, by the way, Chad? Or I mean, I
For the
put
YouTube
some
video? I don't think so.
yeah,
No, I
dude.
didn't.
I put some heart and soul into that description, man.
Wow,
What
man.
was it? I
Maybe
Yeah, I
I
was gonna
shouldn't
ask
read it
you.
on air. Maybe I might start crying or something.
Go ahead and read it out loud, man. Because
Read it
yeah.
out loud.
Oracle said, "Let me." Oh, okay, never mind. Sorry. Yeah, thank you, everybody that's here, man. I'm so glad y'all made
Yeah,
it.
guys,
Um,
thanks for showing up and hanging out with us this morning or afternoon. Feels like morning.
it kind of
Every time
does.
I come in here with some coffee, I feel like it's the morning time.
I had a great chat yesterday with I did an interview for Jessica Jones. I think you caught a little bit of that. I was running on like
Mm-hmm.
2 hours of sleep. My mind was going on overload. I was getting excited, and I was caffeinated, man. Like chugged 2 monsters to try to wake myself up, and that kind
Oh
of
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
always fun. I get pretty heavily caffeinated in the morning too before I start the podcast up.
yeah. I went a little overboard yesterday.
Come in there, guns
Yeah.
a blazing.
Sorry. I was going to ask you to do a little introduction for yourself, man. If you want to read that little description I put for you, man, that's up to you, man. I thought you would have
Yeah, I
liked
can
it.
read it.
I can. I'm nervous about pulling it up as I don't kick myself off. But yeah, go ahead, man.
All right. Returning to the show after co-hosting the two-part debut of Trippy Times, we have an epic show lined up today on the second entry of the new segment, Shifting Paradigms on Trippy Times. Someone sure to be a familiar face to most of our audience. You may recognize from channels like Paranormal Chop Shop and Chad Smith Podcast. He is either the number one experiencer with amnesia or the worst undercover man in black. Coming from the UFO Dogman Sasquatch Hotspot of Michigan and making nuts and bolts for reverse engineered craft, the man whose name has been a meme in the UFO social community. With all seriousness, someone with such a fascination, passion, and drive for the paranormal, UFOs, and beyond, that without himself being an experiencer that he is aware of, he made a platform for other experiencers to be themselves and have a safe place for those in all fields of the paranormal. Welcome a personal friend of mine and so many in the community, the Chad Smith.
Yeah, you can stop there, man. Hell yeah, man. I put some
Awesome,
thought into
dude.
that. I
I'm
appreciate. I
glad I
wanted
didn't
to
read
read
it
it
before.
myself, but I wanted to read it myself, but I'm nervous about kicking myself off.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
okay,
So,
man.
yeah. So, guys, yeah, Jessica was awesome. By the way. Oh, I didn't just put somebody in timeout, did I? Okay. Sorry.
I've almost done that before. What's up, Jake?
Accidentally banned somebody. Yeah, and that's your cousin, isn't it? Jake Smith.
Yep, Jake Smith.
Awesome.
That's actually
Yeah.
not his
So,
real
guys,
last name, but
oh
it
yeah, because
caught
he's a
on.
man in black like you, man. Yeah, got to keep that identity hidden.
Hey, you never know. I'm not saying anything.
um. So, yeah, thank you so much, guys. This is awesome.
Your StreamYard
Oh,
thing
dude,
worked,
remind
by
me.
the way, so
So,
I have control over your show now. I can just keep
oh,
pulling up
dude.
comments.
Oh man, see,
I
I
can
thought some
put
entity was
pictures
messing
in
with it.
there.
Can you give people wrenches? Because I'm gonna have to get on
I
my crappy
can't do
laptop
that.
and do it.
That has to be done
Okay.
on YouTube,
Okay.
unfortunately.
So guys, if you didn't catch there's an awesome talk with Spooky Morales last Sunday. This shifting paradigm segment that we're doing, it's not quite like the normal kind of interview that we do with experiences where they tell their story. This is more like a discussion that can get a little, maybe a little philosophical or metaphysical or even spiritual. And we're just talking about like the shift that's happening in the world. I think it might be a bit of a understated to some people, or some people might not be aware of it. But I think it's very evident for especially a lot of people in this community. And Chad, I know you know what I'm talking about. And like for one, I've noticed there's a lot of this younger community that talk about like 5D ascension and stuff, and they're not even aware of like the UFO program and everything. Uh,
Yeah.
dude, oh, you can type from my name to. Oh man, you literally jacked my profile. Where's yeah,
Yeah. Since I'm
oh
on your
man, dude,
StreamYard now, if I type, it comes across as you.
yeah, I knew you're a cyber hack, man. I knew there's something
It
going
comes
on
with
with
my
you,
Man
man.
in Black certification.
Yeah, I'm on to it, man. Don't worry, I got you. I just hope you're one of the good men in black, man. I mean, you saw my you posted on your podcast my lip syncing thing that I did when I was having too much fun. You know, I love the men in black.
Yeah, I
That
love that,
was
man.
epic, man.
I wonder if I
That
could
was
add that in
awesome.
here.
Yeah, I was about to
Prob-
ask if you can play videos on there. I wanted you to play those orb videos that Chris let me post last night sometime, if you don't mind.
I
Um,
can definitely see.
that's something I wanted to get onto as well. Like um for me
Yep,
personally,
it'll play.
uh, it will.
Yeah,
Oh man, sorry. Go ahead, man. Screw it. You go
you
ahead
want
and
me to
play it. I
play
don't
it?
care. Yeah, sure. Why not? Just
All
for
right,
laughs,
guys, here we go.
everybody.
For the first time on the TrippyTimes, here we go.
From outer space. I just walked in trying to hear with that sad look upon your face. I should have changed that stupid lock. I should have made you leave your key. If I had known for just 1 second, you would be back to bother me. Go on now, go. Walk out the door.
Clank! Bring your head in this window before I roll it up in there.
Got it.
Clank!
Oh my God, that's funny. No, I needed that laugh to be honest.
That's in your
Um,
StreamYard now permanently. So if you go into your, how do you do that? Go into brand and then video clips, and it'll be in there. You can always
oh
play
really?
that, even if I'm not here.
Just the last guys, that was something totally unscripted. I was just having fun. I had a friend come over and he started recording me just lip syncing some of the words to the movie when I was having some fun that night, man. Fun night with Trippy Times,
It's
yeah.
awesome that you didn't even know you were being recorded.
Yeah, and then him and the girl I've been talking to, they talked me into sharing it out, man. I was embarrassed about it next morning, but I watched it and it was pretty funny, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you gotta share that out. That's
Uh,
awesome. Can't keep
yeah,
that one
man.
a secret.
Life is too short, man. You gotta laugh, especially when there's so much chaos going on in the world right now, man. Just it can't be all doom and gloom, And
Yep.
I mean, people with trauma, like God, I think a lot of
That's what I'm telling
experiences
you. That's
going through
why.
trauma.
Yeah, that's
But
why I think your channel is really refreshing because you get the good information and the cool conversations, and then you get a little comedy thrown in there, raises the spirits up.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, raise that frequency, man.
It's
That's right.
a it's a
Yeah,
much needed breath of fresh air, fresher breath air.
yeah, I know what you're trying to
Yeah,
say. Yeah, you're right, man. And I've noticed that a lot of experiences they have like trauma or a near death experience or something like that, man. You gotta keep that frequency high, man. Just like you were saying, keep the vibes high, high vibes from Chippy Times. That's what Jessica Jones said something last night. Your vibe attracts your tribe, and I thought that was awesome. And
your
do you
vibe
remember?
tracks your tribe.
Yeah, she said that. And do you remember? Like I told you, I think it's a little cheesy, but it was like a month ago, and before I even started my podcast, I came up with like a little catchphrase, whatever you want to call it. I said something like keep the vibes high, trippy times, welcome to the tribe, or something like that, man. So I
Oh,
thought it
that's
was
cool.
synchronistic. Yeah, I thought it was a
Yeah.
little cheesy, but it's synchronistic with what Jessica Jones
Well,
said
you're gonna
yesterday.
have to start thinking
So
of some kind of slogan like that because you're gonna have to have some merch eventually. So you'll have to have a
no,
like a T-shirt design with your logo on it and some kind of saying underneath it. Would be cool.
yeah, man, yeah, I definitely want to get into that.
Trippy Times T-shirts.
Hell yeah. And swamp gas in the jar, baby. Yeah, you know,
Mm-hmm.
man. Definitely we're gonna have that.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely not Sasquatch farts, everybody. I'm already got it packaged
Definitely
up,
not.
ready to
There's no
go.
way that we would actually
Um,
make. Yeah,
yeah. It's the only
that's
place
a.
you can get it. Trippy times. Sorry. Let's get serious. Sorry. We've been over here
All right,
having
what are we
fun here.
talking about today, Josh? What do we
This
got?
this is what this is what
I hope I
happened
didn't
whenever
have
you
to do
bring
too
a
much
friend.
research.
Nah, this is what happens whenever you bring a friend on a podcast. Somebody asked you a question though, real quick. Who was it? Somebody asked something about you. What was it
Let's
at?
see.
Sorry. God, what was it at? Something about 10 minutes off your stream. They asked if you
Oh, that was Sarah.
deleted.
Sarah wanted to
Yeah,
know if I deleted the last 10 minutes of my stream last night, and no, not
yeah.
yet. So, for a limited time, if you want to catch the craziness that we had on our show last night, check out Paranormal Chop Shop.
Oh, was that
And
before it went private?
yeah, yeah, the last 10 minutes last night was a little pretty wacky. So, I
Yeah, I
don't know
think I
what we're going
heard.
to do. We might have to take that part down, but
You're gonna
it's still up there
ban
right
from
now.
YouTube. Yeah, I think I heard even like Jamie and Bree say it's time to end the stream. You know, they say that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was a red flag. I
It's
was like, whoa, if Jamie says to end it, that means
yeah.
to end it.
If the butt stuff creators say it's time to end it, you know it's getting a little X-rated.
Yeah.
Sorry. We,
I can't forget that
um.
I've got butt stuff today too. Later on at
Oh
5 o'clock.
man, yeah. I
It's a
love
busy
that
day.
about. We were talking about bringing high vibes into it, man. They do that. Them like UFO garage stuff, man. I love that they bring the laughs in here, man. Because some people get
Mm-hmm.
scared about this stuff, you know, this especially the UFOs and the ETs and everything. So I'm gonna get on what we were supposed to be talking
Yeah,
about.
for sure, dude.
Uh, so yeah, the shifting paradigms. It's about this. Well, I just want to ask you first off,
Mm-hmm.
what's your opinion, man? What do you think about like this shift that's happening? That you know, it seems like there's so many people now that are either waking up to becoming more spiritual or having actual experiences or seeing orbs or spirits or whatever. Like, what's your opinion? Like, what do you think is going on? And why do you think it's happening? Or where do you think it could be leading?
Well, I mean, I think the reason why it's happening now instead of and the why it hasn't been happening before this time is because of the computers and the advent of the internet and this instantaneous communication that we have where we can just share ideas and opinions. Like, Discord is. I can see why Discord is popular because I'm a new member there, but I've been checking that app out, and you can really share a lot of information in just one. Like, you make separate subgroups and stuff for one topic,
Right.
and before we had apps and software like that where you could go in and say like, "Hey, I had this happen to me," and then have people comment underneath it. Once we started getting that, that's when people started sharing more ideas and telling each other like, "Hey, I saw this in the sky. What did you see?" And I've had this experience last night. Have you ever had this experience where wake up and they're sharing like the what's that called where you're like frozen in your bed and you can't move and
Oh, sleep paralysis.
sleep paralysis. Yeah,
People actually
I have.
recording their sleep paralysis. What is it? This isn't a robot, or is it a bot? Sorry,
I don't
somebody got to
know.
get people rankings. Sorry, but that's a really good point, man. The fact that we have this instant, what's up, Connor? We have instant
Hey, dude.
communication, man. That's good, really good point, man. I mean, it's
Yeah,
obvious,
like
but
I talk
I
bad
don't think a
about
lot
the
of people
internet a
think about
lot.
it.
I talk bad about social media a lot because it's kind of tearing up society, but it's also giving us this ability to
Yeah,
talk to each other and share ideas. So,
right. It's kind of backfiring a little bit on it. Say if there is, I'm not putting names out there, but people like this elite people, government, shadow government, whatever, if they're
mhm.
trying to actually use the internet, which I have a theory that the internet could have came from reverse engineered craft because it's right not too long after Roswell is whenever we started getting computer and internet stuff, and maybe that's where it came from. Maybe who knows? Maybe it was intentional, and maybe this higher intelligence that I feel like is stepping in right now because it needs to,
Yeah,
because we could be reaching our downfall. Maybe they knew that this elite keeping people in control was going to try to use this internet to try to keep people in this matrix, like they say, but it's kind of
yeah, that makes
backfiring
sense.
because of like what you said. Yeah, exactly, man. But it could be backfiring because it is brainwashing people. But like you said, it's giving us this ability to like share this information, to share footage and stuff. And I'm gonna have to look into the sleep paralysis thing. And I'm not too familiar with the Discord thing. I've heard of it, but I'm gonna look into that. Um, like yeah, people are starting to see that it's real, man. That's why I put that little compilation together last night of the orb sightings. And by the way, did you watch that orb sighting that Chris, the one coming out the swamp at the woods, man? Dude, that was
Um,
incredible to me.
was it the
The
one that
last
you
video.
was it in one of the videos?
No, it's a separate video. I'll send you after the one I put together. It was one that just happened last night. It's on your messenger.
Oh,
Man, if you could pull
I
that up and play it, because you gave me
yeah.
permission to share that. That's God. Chris just got home from a vacation, and he told me he was like, "Josh, the orbs are excited for me to come home," and it's so cool to me that he talks to them like they're family members. It's because they're clearly intelligent. But he said as soon as he got home and got out his vehicle, I guess they're in the woods, and you could see them just like flickering in the woods. And like skeptics could be like, "Oh, that's just fireflies or something," but then they actually come out the woods and start going up to the air. Yes, this is it. This is just, guys, this is incredible video right here.
Go. See that orb right there? Hear him barking? There it is again. Look, plain as day. Thank you.
You haven't seen
See
this
if I
yet,
can
Chad?
zoom it there.
What's that?
You haven't seen this yet?
Yeah, I watched this one. Yeah, this is
Thank you.
cool. You can see it through the tree. It actually looks like it's on the other side of the trees,
Yeah. And
on
it comes up
Chris's
out.
side.
He said it was actually in the woods at first.
Yeah,
It
there you
was
go.
awesome.
Two of them, three of them, two of them at least.
Oh
Thank
yeah,
you.
you can see the other two on the
Now
other side.
that's communication. It's flashing me.
Mr.
I can
Crowley, he
see it
said
through
when they
this
blink.
lens here. That's information being sent. There you go.
All right, there you
Um,
go. I'll turn your volume down.
sorry, I was looking at Mr. Crowley's comment. He said,
Oh, why
I
is it
watch this.
blinking?
Why is it blinking? Chris said that's how they communicate with them. Kind of. He said he can't really put into words. Yeah, look right here. They actually come up out of the woods and go into the sky up here, like above power
Mm-hmm.
lines. I mean, these are actual orbs, and it's so much different seeing them up close. I've seen them flash once like that and just completely vanish, but I
Yeah.
haven't seen them quite. Well, no, I did see someone flash a little bit. The ones that were in the triangle
Yeah.
formation.
See.
Whenever I had my experience with them, but this is awesome, man. And it's not a firefly. It's not like these are orbs right here. And I know the little
Yeah.
compilation I put together last night. You can definitely tell some of those are orbs. It's
Yeah,
awesome,
and if you
man.
want me to play that too, just let me know. I can bring that one up.
Sure. Yeah. I guess while we're on this right here, because I think this is a good example as well, like how, like what you were saying, man, we're able to get this stuff on footage now and share it. It's
Yeah.
awesome. It's a good one. Um, yeah. So this
Cool.
next video, it's a little compilation of sightings that the Bledsoe family had, and he gave me permission to share them out. The all the credit goes to him. He recorded him and some of their family members recorded all these ones. And if y'all want to see my actual experience over at Bledsoe's house, I have that on my playlist as well. You don't have to play that right now. I can't see. Oh, again, am I frozen?
Are you
My
frozen?
screen is dead. Yeah, hold on. I think I got it. I'm gonna go out for just a second, but I'm gonna come back in.
Wow.
Just need to
Okay.
cut my phone off.
All right.
Thank you. Sky's alive, and you're letting me film this. And it's only going to get better. Thank you. Did you see that?
Can y'all see me good? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I can
Serious?
see you. I can see you and hear you.
Okay, Dave. I'm good now.
Turn the video off.
I love this video you made with all the annotations and the animations at the end. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad
Those
he
are cool.
approved of it.
This is
Had fun.
79.
I can't read that right now. It's too small.
Brand new psionics. Thank you, Lord. This is it. I could have filmed this in 15 minutes or 10 minutes ago. It's been watching it that long.
This was at Ryan Bledsoe's wedding recital here in Wilmington, where I live right now, actually.
At Ryan's wedding.
Man, I just like listening to Chris. He's awesome.
And I was
Yeah.
able to invite it to come with
Nick Hinton, it's a genius right there.
There's Nick from Bledsoe Said So. Right on top of the tree.
Bledsoe Said So.
Bledsoe Said So fan.
Everybody check out Bledsoe Said So's podcast. It's awesome.
It's a sign
Yeah, it is.
for your wedding.
Christopher and Jessica. Where's Christopher and Jessica?
This is a little short video.
I'll drop that in the chat while we're watching it.
Wedding, Ryan's wedding rehearsal. Still daylight. This is the second orb. That's a big orb there, probably
Maybe it's a satellite. Maybe it's
Teddy wants
50 feet
something.
around.
yeah, exactly. This is them being like, hey, it's not a satellite.
Guys, I dropped the link for the Bledsoe Said So
Coming towards
podcast in
us,
the
it's gonna
chat.
take the same route as
Awesome.
Chris and his family have been well known in the UFO community. His incredible ongoing experiences involving missing time, healing, benevolent entities, and more. Chris has since developed a spiritual understanding of these incredible experiences. Hey, what's up, Big Willie? How's it going, man?
Big Willie?
We're just watching a compilation video real quick.
Yeah, I just sent Big Willie this, actually.
Oh, sweet. Big Willie. We are not alone in this universe. Equally fascinating and frightening. Yep. That's the thing that people need to know, though, is it needs to be known that it's real. Not goofy.
And this was Chris Jr. that recorded this. That's
This
my
one's cool.
good friend.
is this?
Yeah, I like this video.
Backyard. Broad daylight. And you can tell it's a disc,
that?
man. Look at the little
Yeah.
dome on top of it. Can you see that?
Yep.
Wish I could zoom into it.
In my backyard.
And we got 13 people in here, Josh.
Awesome. Yeah, and this right here, Chris sent me this, and I don't even know what to think of it. It
Outside
looks like some
visitors.
freaking ectoplasm type shit. Yeah, guys, there's been some really
There
credible
you go.
people
Thank you.
that's going over there. Like
I've been
Grant
watching
Cameron has
there
had
for a
an
minute.
experience with
This
them.
one, he's communicating.
What's that guy that's always on Spaced Out Radio? The Bob, the science guy. I can't remember his
Oh,
name.
yeah, Science Bob McGuire.
Yeah, he's had a crazy experience with Chris. Grant
Yep.
Cameron is Grant Cameron had a wild experience over there with the man.
Involving a
Healing.
dog. Yeah.
Yes, that was wild. And some of it's more on the lines of like paranormal, like that's almost like a benevolent version of Skinwalker. It's crazy.
Yeah, and this goes in line with shifting the this is part of the whole shifting of the paradigm is
Yeah.
Chris is seeing these more and more often, and he's sharing them more and more often, and he's getting word from them that it's okay to share these. It's okay to take video. So
Yeah.
I think he's part of the whole thing, and so are
Mr.
we.
Crowley,
Like, just
this
getting
right.
the information out there.
Sorry, this defies the laws of physics right here. So like, I don't know what this is, It's like some aura looking type thing. I don't even know what to label it as. Watch really close, guys.
Right here.
God, it's crazy. What?
You did a good job with all the pop-ups.
I tried to make it where you could see it good.
Whatever it was, changed directions.
Y'all can see that good?
Oh yeah. Yep.
I'm zooming
That's
through
cool
the
that he
sky.
saw
That
it.
was weird. I
Oh
saw
my
it
god.
swimming. That was incredible. Whatever it
Oh,
was.
that's my favorite part. Hold on. The owl blows up.
I'm zooming through the sky. That was weird. I saw it
What?
swimming. That was incredible. Whatever it
Oh, I
Oh,
love
was,
that.
changed directions.
And then the aliens
It was
dancing.
incredible.
I like that
Yeah.
sun saver. It so sun saver. God, my phone froze again. Sorry, my screen's gonna go black. I'm coming back in. I don't know
Oh,
why it's
okay.
doing this. You can. Sorry. Y'all could see that video good though. I hope everybody could see that. I mean, what do you think of that, Chad? It looks like almost like a spirit ball type thing. I have no idea. Reminds
Yeah,
me
that's
of
the
the
thing. It's hard to
original.
even know what these are, what they mean, because they're giving Chris, different signs and different messages than we can really perceive. So it's hard to even tell what's going
Right.
on in the.
Read this. That's crazy. That
This reminds
and
me of the
welcome to
original
chat.
angel descriptions. Big, round, bright, luminescent flying orbs. Mm-hmm.
It's crazy you say that because that he Chris thinks that these could be like angelic, and I asked him if an angel could be like some extra dimensional thing that's just closest to the source, and he said that's exactly what he believes they are, because of the fact that he's had healing experience, and during his regression, I guess they told him that they were his guardians, and told him that they watch over the earth, and the earth is like a garden type thing, and
Mm-hmm.
you guys, if y'all want to hear more about his experience, check out Blitzo Said So, and also there's an incredible four-part documentary from Richard Dolan, and I'll post that in the description later on. But yeah, man, I'm glad you shared that because it's just like what you said, man. People being able to catch this stuff on camera now and then share it. It's we've got
Yeah.
instant knowledge in the palm of our hands, and a lot of people take that for granted, and it trips me out. It's like there's two sides of reality. It's people that are just caught up in this. I don't like saying the cliche matrix, but it's what it is. And then there's other people like us that are starting to, just like see this side of reality. And I was thinking earlier today, how there's people that say like the poles are shifting, like the polar shift that's happening. What if
Mm-hmm.
the pole shifting, like the actual poles, magnetic shift or whatever? What if that has something to do with the veil thinning, where people are able to experience this stuff more? Honestly,
Yeah.
thought that came in my head.
The more I learn about this, the more I find out that it's got a lot to do with, like, frequencies and sound wave frequencies and stuff like that, and just electric frequencies. So there's a lot of frequencies going on, and yeah, I mean, if what we're able to see has something to do with being on a different frequency than what everything else is on, then yeah, I guess changing the frequency or changing the polar the poles of the planet, if that was to switch or something, yeah, I guess that would change something to do with electronics and change frequencies like that. So yeah, maybe it would get us back onto a different frequency range that we're not used to seeing.
Yeah, 100%, man. I mean, Nikola Tesla, man, he said that it's all about frequency, like that DNA that holds frequency. I mean, everything literally has a frequency, and I think that's why you're hearing a lot more about people saying that they're having like vertigo and their ears ringing, or having these crazy lucid dreams, or astral projections, or just seeing these orbs and all this stuff. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
There's something happening, man. There's so many people in the world that are having these crazy experiences and waking up, and it's becoming a lot more accepted. Mr. Crowley, no, that's something I didn't think of. What exactly were you talking about, Mr. Crowley, right there?
Hey, Tyler Outdoors, how's it going, man? Tyler Howell, Outdoors. Good to see you
Yeah,
in here.
man, it's great being outdoors. Jessica Jones pointed that out yesterday as well. That we need to be more in nature and just because I mean that's the earth. They call it's Mother Nature for a reason. That's where we get life and the sun. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of I was thinking you get energy from anything, and I was thinking about we were talking about like addictions yesterday. Well, not just like a drug addiction, but any kind of addiction, where you're addicted to food or to sex or just a negative person or like just something that you use to as a form of escapism. That's energy that you're getting because you're taking in that information and like Nikola Tesla said, your DNA holds frequency. Um, it's I think people feel depleted on the inside and they feel like they have to get that energy from something, so they go to whatever that thing is that becomes an addiction. But if we go to like more positive things like being outdoors in nature and stuff, I think that's what'll help people raise their frequency, as they say. If you get what I'm
Yeah, that
saying.
makes
Sorry.
sense, dude. Yeah, that totally makes sense. Like Spooky was talking about how when he goes to the beach and puts his feet in the sand and that's what grounds him. It brings him back to the planet, and gets him back with his connection to the planet. And yeah, I
Right.
mean, I get that same feeling when I go out into the woods. So I know how he feels. And yeah, I mean, it definitely raises your frequency, your vibration. When they say your vibes, good vibes, bad vibes,
Right.
that's what
Vibe,
they're
vibration. Yep.
yeah,
Exactly.
that's pretty much what you're talking about when you go out there and you feel better and you feel more connected and your mind's more clear. That's you're raising your vibration.
Right.
Good vibes,
Um,
high vibes.
high vibes and trippy times. Exactly, man. It's awesome, man. Yeah, Mr. Crowley said the polar shift. He didn't think about that. That's crazy. That thought like just popped up in my head randomly right before we did this podcast. Maybe it happened for a reason. And I got 15 people in the chat. It's awesome. That's the most I've had
Yeah,
so
man.
far. This is a brand new
It's a,
chat, man. I really
this is
appreciate
where the
everybody.
party's at.
Uh, you were on my.
There's probably a few shows going
uh,
on later today, so this is like the pre-show for all the other later night shows.
oh yeah, that's what's up, man. Right, yeah. Right now my schedule is kind of all over the. I don't have a schedule right now. It's just really flexible because
Yeah, isn't that crazy how these
um
days just all
yeah
flow into the next? Like they all seem like
yeah
one big month. Dude,
yeah.
that other night
Eventually, sorry.
when we were live on what was it? I think it was Chop Shop was the channel we were live on that you came on. It was Thursday night into Friday morning when First Floor Audio came in and was hanging out, and I was at
Yeah.
work. I mean, I was thinking that almost needs to just be a new thing now, where there's just like a 24-hour experiencers channel where it just
Oh
runs.
man, that's a great idea.
Yeah, it runs 24 hours, and then anytime somebody wants to come in and just hang out and talk, because we would have like two guests come in, they'd talk for a little bit, and then one would leave, and then another guest
Right.
would pop in. We'd have a whole
Like a
conversation with
host,
them.
like have hosts kind of alternate guest and host.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're saying? And it's
Yeah,
awesome. Almost like a TV channel back whenever people actually watch TV.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it would be for experiencers and just people that want to talk and talk about the phenomena, talk about the
Yeah. So
whatever they
just
want
like
to talk.
experiences. Yeah, experiences would always have something to go to. It's like, yeah, that's an awesome idea, man. Hell yeah. Um, yeah, fucking,
I might
that's
have to
cool,
think
man.
about something like that.
Um, yeah, I've been I don't know, like a core. I can never say coral is. I can never say her name, and I always want to say coral. Uh,
Coral. I just say
yeah, the
coral,
girl from the UK.
like coral reef.
That's what I've been trying not to say. She was talking about her ears ringing the other night as well, and um,
Yeah,
I don't know. I've been
strange.
noticing it's like a lot of the people who are experiencers, or even like empaths, or people who might not be experiencers, but they're very open to this kind of stuff. Seems like just like almost like we're stepping into a new reality. At least that's how I felt. Like definitely last year, man. I felt like my entire world just flipped upside down, like some Twilight Zone stuff. But yeah, I'm sorry. I know I kind of
Yeah.
my mind just kind of started racing
No,
there,
you're fine. Yeah, Cassie,
branching
your
off really.
comment right here. How do we get good vibrations? Just kind of like what we were talking about before is just whatever you feel, however you feel connected to the planet and um,
or to
whatever makes you
yourself. Yeah,
happier, you need to do more of that. So get out into the woods and get more grounded with the planet. Maybe go out to the beach.
right.
A lot of people
Or
just
your
like,
higher. Sorry, I
yeah,
was gonna
lay
say your
under the
higher
sun.
self or the planet. Yeah,
Yeah, a lot of people just lay under the sun or underneath the moon or put some
or like
headphones on and go for a
exercising.
walk.
Yeah, or like exercise or music or art or like I
Listen to the Beach
think
Boys.
any. Oh no, I'm sorry. Sorry, Beach Boys. I thought you said Island Boys for a second, and I just busted out
Oh God,
laughing because
no! Don't
oh my
listen to
god, I'm
them.
sorry. Sorry, I know we're off topic, but I watched Kevin Hart and Snoop Dogg reacting to Island Boys, and that was God, it's hilarious, man. Sorry, way off topic here.
Oh man, I bet
um,
that is funny.
so there you can get stuck at a high vibe and get. I've
Tinnitus.
never heard of that. What is tinnitus exactly? I'm not
Tinnitus is
sure.
just like a constant ringing. It's just like a high
Oh,
pitched, constant high pitched ringing in your ears. It never goes away.
okay.
It gets
Um,
bad enough. It gets real bad though. Like tinnitus can get.
really.
I mean, I don't want to get too dark, but I've heard of people
Yeah.
getting like suicidal over that stuff because it gets
Oh,
so
wow.
intense that there's no way to take it away.
There's got to be a way to. I don't know. There's probably a way to
Dark
maybe some kind
sided.
of like
Sorry.
esoteric. Sorry, as I said, there's probably like some kind of way you can fix that. Like maybe even if you have to go to some kind of healer or something, there's got to be something. Um, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, so you can
sorry.
get stuck at a high vibration and get tinnitus from
Yeah,
meditating and breathing exercises. That is very
I'm gonna have to
interesting.
look into that. Yeah.
I'm gonna favorite that. You know how to favorite comments? I was gonna teach you how to do
Um.
that too. You might not be able to do it on mobile, but you
Yeah.
hit
Yeah.
this.
Star. No, I can do it.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
star.
The
Yeah, that helps
universe
a
has a
lot.
frequency of one. So I want to say something that just
Hmm.
made me think of. I don't know exactly what he means by as frequency of one, but I was thinking as well as like the ears ringing and all this stuff, numbers and like synchronicities. Because I know you said that was one thing that started out big for you. When I first started talking to you, you would tell me you were always seeing I feel like a lot of us, this community, are seeing like 1111 or 333.
Hmm.
Um, so I just thought because numbers are information, right? Like frequency is information. It's all like, what if these numbers, when we're seeing them, these synchronistic numbers, it's putting information in our head that's changing our frequency. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It's a thought that just came up. Just came up. Really, I just thought about it. I don't know because I mean everything has a frequency, and frequency carries information. That's what Nikola Tesla was talking about.
This is really interesting that people are talking about this in the chat. That Wes H
Yeah,
just said, I just heard of someone who got tinnitus from meditation. So that's the second person.
yeah. Well, that's the other thing about the shifting paradigms thing. I wanted to start here. That we did start when me and Spooky were talking about. We were talking about bouncing ideas off of each other, like me and you were doing, but also the chat getting really involved. So yeah, I loved it. Thank you all, everybody that's in the chat. This is awesome. So Lou, and welcome to the chat, man. I don't think I've ever seen you here before. So Tesla got his info from ancient Egyptians, which in turn got their info from the Atlanteans. Ooh, that's interesting, man. I've heard about Tesla saying that he got some kind of download from a higher power, higher source. I didn't know exactly what it was, but
Yeah.
I need to research that. It's really interesting.
Yeah, that would be interesting to
Um,
find more info on that.
yeah,
Did you see
definitely.
the Enzo's comment? Apparently, this is Tinnitus Awareness Week, according to a few articles I pulled up.
Oh wow, that's
That's synchronistic.
yeah. I was about to say that's really synchronistic. Is Enzo the one that first? No, it was Sunsaber that first brought it up. Yeah, that's synchronistic, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, so the score went down to 666, and my car, man, look, that's even more synchronistic. So look, I swear to God, on everything I love, just a week ago, I was at Food Line, and my receipt when it came back, the cashier just flipped out. She was like, "Oh no, it's an older lady." She's like, "Oh no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it." And she said, "Somebody else come over here," and somebody else had to come. She would not get my receipt because my change came back, or my change came back to $6.66, $6.66.
Should
She
I
would
should
not.
I
She would not even grab it.
Should
But
have informed her, man. That's not a bad number. That's a
um,
misnomer. 666 is not a bad number.
I was about to ask you about that, man, because I've heard people say that, man, that it's because it's information. You know, I know a lot of people get
Yeah,
superstitious and
it's
think
an
it's
angel
demonic.
number just like any of the other ones.
So, why exactly is that? Like, just give me a
Well,
little info behind that.
angel number 666 is the sign of encouragement that appears when you begin to lose faith in yourself. This particular number sequence urges you to seize every opportunity that comes your way because despite what thoughts of not being because despite of
It being like
that's not
demonic.
I don't think that's written right. Because despite what thoughts of not being good enough, period. But anyway, yeah, I mean it's supposed to be more of a
We are men, not God. 666. So it's kind of like that Dark Night of the Soul thing. Is that what you're saying? Pretty much. It's because you said when
this
you
is
lose.
the meaning relates to archangels. Some people may initially worry or fear seeing 666. This is because of the biblical meaning in the book of Revelation. It is called the mark of the beast or the devil. The spiritual
Yeah.
significance of 666 in popular culture is that this number is a bad omen. It's a common belief that this number carries a negative connotation, but it's not true. This number is not the devil trying to contact you. Let's see. The number appears as a sign from the angelic forces. It's usually the first thing people experience after asking for help from their angels. Also, see, maybe your cashier
Wow.
was at a time when she was asking for some help or asking for some guidance, and then she finally got it and thought that it was a
Or me,
uh,
because I'm not going to get into
yeah.
detail, but I've been, well, you know what I was going through. As far as like my last roommate, all that crazy. I was going through some pretty stressful stuff, man. So that's interesting to know. And everybody in the chat, I said this last time. Everything that we say on here, we're just theorizing. Nobody has all the
Mm-hmm.
answers. We don't want to offend anybody. Um, but like nobody knows 100%. You know,
Yeah, don't use
especially
any
the
of our
paranormal,
information
all this.
for like a
Yeah,
school
we just
project or anything.
yeah. But also, like, we don't want to offend anybody because we're just theorizing, trying to figure this stuff out, like everybody, man. But man, that's really interesting, and I'm glad that we discussed that because I was curious because I remember so the guy who came and got that receipt, he knew about that because I said something to him. I was like, well, isn't it that kind of not really as bad of a number as people think? And he said exactly. He told me to look into Tesla's uh
Period.
information studies or frequency studies. Um, so it's crazy. So yeah, it's kind of like that Dark Night of the Soul thing that I just started learning about. And real quick up here, somebody said something about uh therapy for like the tin I cannot say that word the
Tinnitus.
earring and stuff. I think it was too much information. He put said like a sound therapy thing or something like that. I'm looking for it in the chat. I don't do you see where he put it up there? Right
Was
here.
it way up?
Okay. It's nuts right here. YouTube has a I can't say the word right. Sound
Tinnitus.
therapies. Yeah, tinnitus, sound therapies. I have them playing in my headphones every day. Actually, right now while I'm listening to you. Wow,
Oh
that's
wow. Okay.
even more synchronicities, man. It's crazy.
And how well does that
Um,
work for you? Too much
yeah,
information.
and thanks for being here. Yeah,
We are not medical professionals or amateurs for that matter.
I
We're
quit.
barely even scratching the surface.
I was about to click that right before you did. Yeah, exactly,
That's funny.
man. Humans are carbon-based atomic number six protons and six electrons or negatron. I've never heard of a negatron. I need to look into that. I mean, I'm
Me
all into
neither, but
quantum physics, but I don't have any degrees or anything. But
I did hear
sorry, go ahead.
Ryan say that on the last podcast though that it was
Really?
either the last podcast or the one before on the on Bledsoe said so. They were talking about those numbers, and yeah, he said he brought
Really?
that up too. How that we're carbon based six protons, six electrons.
I'm gonna have to look into that. And I'm gonna end up posting a link to a Bledsoe said so on the description afterwards. Or you already posted in the chat. It's all right. Yeah, because we've shared his videos, and Ryan is a really intelligent guy, man. He's deep in him, just really
Yeah, dude,
smart.
you'll have to get him on here
Um,
one day.
Yeah, I really want to. I've had a few people ask me that. I know Ryan, like I went to school with him. I've talked to him on the phone a few times, but I'm nowhere near as close to it. Like I was good friends with Chris Jr. growing up. He's the one that and he's agreed to come on here sometime. But
Oh, cool.
he gave Ryan his word that he would make his first debut because he's never spoken live on anything. Chris
Oh,
Jr.
okay.
And that was him that recorded that daytime disc in that compilation that I made earlier. But yeah, Chris said he would come on here after he goes on Ryan's show first, and Chris Senior, he's going to come on here eventually, and I can't wait for that. He's just so
Hmm.
busy right now. He told me last night that I've already told you this, and I've said this before on here that something big is coming. He doesn't know what it is exactly, but he has a good idea. And he said that he also Chad, I'll give you some new information that you don't know yet that Chris just told me.
Breaking news.
When, uh, Actually, you know what? I need to save that for private, man. Sorry. I'm sorry, everybody.
That's
I don't.
okay.
I need to get his permission. I mean, I can tell you. Yeah.
Sometimes we have information and we forget for a second, like what we're allowed to share, what has to stay
Right.
quiet for a minute. So that's cool, man.
But
No problem, man.
I'll share it with you later, but I want to make sure I'm 100% accurate and ask him a little bit more before I say that. But yeah, people in the chat have already heard me say that something just 2022 is going to be a year of big change. That's what I was given permission to say that, but I can't give any other details as to why. And I don't even know all the details myself, to be honest. And I've heard a lot of people saying that as well, like Larry A right here. I feel that too. And I mean, that's what this whole channel or this whole segment is about, man.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, we've just been kind of brainstorming, which that's awesome. That's what I wanted to do here.
I, I kind of wanted to get into like how your life is, like how both of our lives have changed in just such a short amount of time, and
Yeah,
like maybe why that is.
exactly, man. And I was gonna ask you the same thing, actually, man. Can I flip it around and ask you first, man? Because I'm
Yeah,
really
absolutely. Since I'm the guest.
interested in yeah, and because I know this is like the normal interview, like what we normally do, where we get people's stories, but I do want to hear that from you, like what made you so compelled to want to, like, even though you're not an experiencer that you're aware of, but to like
Yeah,
actually
that
get
I'm
on
aware
here,
of. Dude,
yeah, but actually get
I
on
am
here
kind
and
of an
make a
experiencer
platform.
now.
I think you are, man. Oh man, you got the banner thing going on. It's awesome.
Yeah, I
Got to
wanted
figure
to
it
add a
out.
couple things for your channel here. Got your name up there
Appreciate
in
it,
green.
man. Thank you.
Um,
Um,
but yeah, so I don't know. Growing up, I always had a little bit of curiosity of all this stuff. Um, Even going into the library as a kid and checking out books for 2021 was my worst year ever. 22 is going to be mine. Yeah, dude. 2022 is going to be a big year for everyone, I think. This is the year for sure.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but 2022 or 2021 started off awful for me, but then it turned amazing. It turned incredible. I met everybody in this community. Sorry, go ahead. I want to hear what you're saying about that. Sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. Yeah, yeah, I think I have kind of a similar sort of story to everybody else, just growing up with the curiosity of all this stuff. And then now that we have the internet and YouTube and all the ways that we have to share information and share stories, I think what jump started it was the 2017 or 2018, was it? The Nimitz incident. Excuse me, where what's his name? Commander Fravor saw the Tic Tac UFO
Yeah.
outside of the F-18, and that's what really jump started my curiosity more in this time period, and got me searching for more YouTube videos on UFOs. Then I came across what was the other one? The Go Fast video.
Yeah.
There's the Nimitz incident, and then the Go Fast. And then once I found out that the government, like the Pentagon, said, "Hey, yeah, those are official videos, and those are real." That's when I was really interested. That's when I really wanted to start digging in. And then when I found UFO Garage and started talking to those guys over there, and
Right.
I
Damn.
called in on one of their shows one time when I was stuck in traffic. They had me call in, and I was a guest on one of their shows. I think it was the Cinnamon Terry episode. And yeah, that's what got me started. Been in the community ever since. Feels like it's been a lifetime. It's only been 6 months, I think.
That's awesome, man. So damn, I've been friends with you all this for a while now, and damn, we got like parallels. My thing is exactly the same as you. I saw this stuff on the news about the Pentagon UAP report, and that switch just flipped on my head. Like, damn, this is real. But the only difference is mine was a lot later. I never even was aware of it until 2020, even though so like 3 years after it came out. But my thing is, I actually had a UFO sighting like 4 or 5 years prior. I just kind of kept it in denial for whatever reason. UFOs are not into my frame of reality. And you've heard this story. People in the chat, I was at the Cape Fear River around 2016, 2017, sorry. Um, and me and my best friend are just sitting there fishing. And he makes a comment about this bright star in the sky. I tell him maybe it's a planet. I don't know. We're talking like 30 minutes later in the middle of a conversation. This bright orb, whatever it is, it's in a standstill, and I'm literally talking, and it just curves off in a backward seat, but so fast. I mean, it's just gone in the blink of an eye, and I freeze. Like, and I immediately start thinking my eyes are playing tricks on me. But my best friend's like, "Dude, did you just fucking see that?" And immediately, my hair stands up on my arms, and we talk about it for a while that night, and after that, I never brought it up to him or anybody for like what 4 or 5 years until last year, just like Chad said when I saw the stuff on the news about the Pentagon UAP reports. And I'm like, whoa, this is real. And then that's how I ended up calling back Chris Bledsoe because I'd known him since I was in high school. And I saw his Discovery Channel documentary, but I was skeptical. I didn't really believe it. I didn't know they were, I didn't know what to think about it. So I never really brought it up to them. But then I called them back, really after I looked at the Skinwalker stuff, because to me that was even more compelling. Um, the fact that like Skinwalker is not just UFOs, but it's paranormal as well. I'm like, what is going on? And that's how I kind of got introduced to this whole side of reality. And just like you, man, I randomly called in because it was just on my mind so much. I'd already reported the MUFON. I called UFO Garage, man. They gave me my own segment on there, and that's how I got in this community, man. So damn, it's
That's pretty
almost just
cool.
like your story, man. Yeah,
Ben and Joe,
it's
man.
awesome,
They're the
right?
ones.
They're the nucleus, man. Yeah, them and SOR. Yeah, that's awesome, man.
For sure. Oh,
Definitely, man.
Melissa.
I'm
How's it
sorry,
going,
guys, in
Melissa?
the
It's
chat.
good to see you in the chat there.
Right.
Hmm. You hate Cinnamon Terry. Why do you hate Cinnamon Terry? Oh, because he stole your van. Is that why? Oh, he stinks up the van. That's why. I got you. The big blue van.
Is that a metaphor? Sorry, we don't have to get on that. Um,
Hey, Josh, I
so
added some Bledsoe videos in your StreamYard, too. So
awesome.
anytime you want, you can go into brand and then video clips, and then you can pull these videos up.
Awesome. Oh yeah, that's cool. Let's see. I'd written some stuff down on here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get you to go on to get my sighting, the one I got on my playlist, so I can share that sometime too. You don't have to do it
Oh,
right now
hey,
though.
can do that.
The the one where we were pointing up lasers and stuff. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're able to do that, maybe we can do it right at the end. We're not going. We don't have to be on here too much longer. I mean, I don't have a
You want
strict time for this, but
the one that's on
sorry,
your
go ahead.
channel?
Yeah, the
The
Josh Casey
compilation?
Orbit of Blood goes. Yeah, the
Yeah, man,
first
that's a
one I
good
posted,
video.
the one that I was actually that I actually experienced.
Yeah.
So I wrote a lot of stuff down, man. And we don't have to go too long on this. I was thinking maybe like an hour to an hour and a half for this segment. Doesn't have
Okay.
to be as long as the normal ones, but so if you need to get off anytime soon, let me know.
Oh,
Oh
no
yeah,
problem.
vortexes,
I'm
man.
having a
That's
fun time.
something hell yeah. What do you think about vortexes, man? I researched into vortexes. I was told by Seb Talk that North Carolina, around the Cape Fear River, that there's one of these vortexes, which I don't know, like what do you think is like a collapse in like the magnetic field, maybe from like the poles shifting, and that's like allowing this like how they say like the veils to thin or whatever. Like, what do you think about these vortexes that they talk about?
Yeah, the vortex thing, I haven't really looked into that a whole lot, but yeah, it does seem like it's something astrological like that, that something's opening up. Like maybe Man, I don't know. That's a tough one. I don't know. The science behind that is a little
Just
beyond what I
theorizing.
normally
Yeah.
look into. Yeah.
Because I mean, what I just said, I was just theorizing. Like maybe it's the magnetic field collapsing, kind of in a way with the poles shifting. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe like back how you hear like in these how like back in the day there was like giants and just all this crazy. It seemed like this kind
Whoa.
of stuff that we're talking about now is a lot more. What's that UFO garage tweet just now? Who introduced you to your tribe? When? Oh, that's a great question.
They
When
just
did it
tweeted
stumble
that.
to
UFO
you?
Garage just tweeted that as we're talking about the same thing.
That's yeah, I would
How
say
did you,
that's exactly what we're talking
who
about, man.
introduced you to your tribe? You guys did. We're talking to you right
Oh
talking about
yeah,
you right
damn,
now.
you're right, man. That is crazy.
Isn't that
Uh,
crazy?
yeah, you're gonna have to share that with them, man. That's awesome.
It's almost
Josh,
like
you got
he's
PayPal or Cash App? No, but I'm going to. I don't know how to do it. Chad, I might have to get you to help me do that. I was just thinking about that. I mean, I
I'll
would
drop
love.
my
Sorry, go ahead.
I'll drop mine in the chat, and then if anybody donates during the stream, it'll go to Josh.
All right, man. I mean, I would love to, make a little something off this, but to me, really, I don't care so much about. It's about connecting with the community for me. But
Yeah, for sure,
I
guys.
mean, if
Absolutely.
anybody wants to be generous and donate, I'm not gonna deny it. But it's
Can't
more
say
about the
no.
community.
Yeah, won't say no,
Yeah.
but yeah, definitely not
Yeah. But yeah,
expected.
this is just about. Yeah, definitely. But it's just about the shit. It's about the community and connecting and trying to figure all this out together, man.
Oh, it says
Uh,
Paranormal Chop Shop, but yeah,
uh,
if anybody feels super compelled to donate right now to Josh, just go ahead and use that link, and anything that gets donated today on the 12th will go to Josh.
yeah.
So
Thank you.
we'll get it over to him.
I really appreciate people in the chat right now and just for being here. Um, yeah, that was awesome. That UFO Garage tweet that was really synchronistic. Um, look at some of these other things I wrote down real quick.
That's just so weird that's what we were just talking about, and then Ben tweeted it. Very synchronistic.
So I want to ask you a question. I asked Spooky this on the first segment of this that we had.
Mm-hmm.
I had this thought. You know how they say there's like 1% of the population that is the elite, pretty much that has more money than the whole other 99%. You've heard that, right?
Yeah.
So they also say that there's like 1% of the population, which I think is probably grown beyond 1% now. But
Mm-hmm.
1% of the population that are, excuse me, 1% is experiencers. You ever thought about that? It's like, it's like that polarity, duality or whatever. It's,
Yeah.
it's a thought that just came
The
to my
yin and
head.
the
I asked
yang.
Spooky that. Yeah. It's, oh man, it's like the battle between dark and light. I don't know, man. I'm just theorizing here. I
Have you
asked
ever thought
Spooky that
about
last
too
time,
that
man.
a lot of the one percenters that are super rich like that, if you talk to them about this kind of stuff, they don't really believe in a consciousness or
Or they say so. Yeah.
yeah, their minds are in other areas of expertise. They don't really have time
Yeah.
for this kind of stuff.
I think some of them do know, and they're just acting like they don't know. Maybe because they don't want other people to have this knowledge
Yeah,
and
to not be a
be
part of it.
aware. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I really think is happening right now, man. I think Sunsaver said deep thought. I think I think there's some of them people in that elite group. They don't want it to happen because maybe they're afraid that if people wake up and realize that we have these spiritual abilities, that they
Mm-hmm.
won't be on top. They won't be on top anymore. Like I think that's why they don't want disclosure. I think that's why people don't want to know there's this paranormal side of reality. That's why I think it's all. I think these people are. It's like that battle of dark and light, man, that you hear about in every religion and every culture. Um, I
Mm-hmm.
always say I don't think religions were ever supposed to divide people. I think they're supposed to unite and enlighten people. And this is something I came up with, but like spirituality, like what we're talking about, all this, it enlightens and unites instead of um frightening and dividing. Um,
Yeah. People on both sides of the aisle are waking up.
yeah, man. I don't want to
Mhm.
offend anybody. I think there's some truth. There's truth in all religions, but things get altered and mistranslated throughout the years. Maybe some things manipulated. I think there's probably been people enlightened or used as vessels, or people that just had abilities, or just these how do I say it? I mean, just like whether I don't want to use any specific like names of like religious figures, but people who do these have these abilities and just like change the world, and the religions kind of turn to like a government to keep people divided and in fear, so that everybody wouldn't be aware that we have these abilities, because then they can say like, oh, whether you live on this part of the world or that part of the world, you've got to believe things this way, and any other way is the wrong way, and that's what like kind of starts the division. You get what I'm saying? And I don't
Yep.
mean to offend anybody. I'm brainstorming here. Some of us have
Yeah,
been
no big
divided
deal.
from our own spirit. Man, that's so true. Yeah, it's so true, man. Yeah, that's where spooky aroused. Thanks, man. Oh man, if you can drop Spooky a chat, man, I'd love to try to get him in here right now.
Yeah, let's do
Um,
that. I'll send it to him
yeah,
real quick. Spooky, you're about to get an invite, bud.
yeah, we can
StreamYard's dropped to Spooky.
if you're comfortable with it, man, we can go like another 30 minutes or so, man. I do have to go somewhere in a little bit. Hey, by the way, that
Hmm.
family member that I told you about, I'm not going to use her name right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've got to talk to you privately later about that, because I found out some crazy stuff. I'm talking to Gemma right now about it.
Oh, okay.
It's just wild. Sorry, but yeah,
No biggie.
vortex lines. Yeah. Um,
Hmm.
let's see. Hey, I want to ask people in the chat right now, what's your answer to UFO Garage's tweet down there? If y'all don't mind posting it, people in the chat is listening. Like, how did y'all get into this? And when he said synchronicities, man, I think I've been saying I think synchronicities are like the universe's way of winking at you, kind of.
Oh, that's a good way of saying it.
I said that in my first segment on a UFO Garage, and Ben said he loved it. Oh shit! I think I removed him. I tried to.
I got it.
I,
What's
I
up,
hit add
Spooky?
right. Yeah, I
Dude,
added him right whenever you did.
me and Sonny are really bad about doing that. We both hit the button at the same time.
Spooky, what's up, brother?
What's up? How you guys doing today?
Oh,
Awesome,
we're doing
man.
good. This
After
has
that
been a
crazy
fun
night?
conversation. Yeah, last night was pretty insane, man. Spooky the man.
What's up, everybody? It's the weekend.
It's the weekend,
Super Bowl weekend. We got
baby.
Super Bowl weekend, and we got Chad on butt stuff, and we got Valentine's Day all in 3 days, man. That's gonna be crazy.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm
when's
doing butt
Valentine's
stuff
Day?
with Jamie and Bree today.
Valentine's Day is Monday.
Oh wow. Everybody,
Super Bowl
Valentine's Day,
tomorrow.
Barbara Jean Lindsay will be on my show on Valentine's Day. God, didn't know it was that close. And what is today's date, man? I'm losing track
Today's
of
the
days.
12th.
Come on, Josh.
Okay. I had to make. That's what I thought. No,
Come on.
I knew she was coming on, man. I just didn't realize it was that soon. But yeah, Barbara Jean Lindsay, guys, she's awesome. I've been on her show before. She's been on Chad Smith's podcast. She gave me a private past life regression that blew my mind, really.
She is
So
so
it made
cool.
me.
Just
She gave
talking
you
to
a
her
past
when
life regression.
yeah,
Sorry,
the
go ahead.
same podcast. And when we were talking to her, man, she raised our vibration so high. She like just talking to her. She's a very uplifting spiritual person. So I can't wait for that one.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, Sensor. I don't think Ryan has been on there. Oh no, he was.
Oh
That's
yeah,
right.
he
Ryan
was.
Yeah,
was on UFO
I've
Garage.
seen him on there.
That's how I found UFO Garage. I was looking for some of Ryan's shows. That's right.
Yep.
Hey,
Are
by
you
the way,
serious?
Chad,
Because I think that's how I found him.
oh yeah, I'm dead serious. I was looking for Ryan's videos.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I found a video on some. I was looking for experiencers or something like that, and Ryan's video popped up.
Hey,
Have a
Spooky, you
man crush
wanna?
on Spooky. Feel kind of creepy.
Oh my God, here we go.
Oh man, well he,
Mm.
he's people's spirit animal, man. Like you're not the only one, Mr. Crowley. Mr.
Get in
Crowley.
line.
Oh man, sorry. Hey Spooky, what's your thoughts, man, on this talk that we've been having? I
I
was just about
mean,
to click that.
I
Barbara
agree
Jean.
with I agree with what you're saying, man. I mean, we're entering a new level, a new place of spirituality where
Right.
people know that we all know. We've all had these thoughts in our minds, whether it be in our darkest times or when things are even,
Oop,
you wonder why things are the way they are. Is this all there is to life? Is
right,
this the have we seen the best days of humanity, or are we destined to be, covered up, with masks, avoiding each other, having to get shots all the time? Have we seen the best? And I think that a lot of us are, looking for more than just, trying to find what's the next material item we can buy to try to fill the holes in our lives. That we all wonder, there's got to be more to life than this. Just being
right,
born, having a few years as a child, if you're blessed enough to have a good family that gives you a good, childhood, but is that the best of life? You turn into an adult, and all of a sudden you're in, 30 to $100,000 in college bills.
right,
You can't find a decent job because there's such a rat race of everybody trying to outdo each other. I mean, is this what life is all about?
right. You're yeah, you're spot on, man.
No.
Um,
Our native brothers, our native ancestors told us, "You're losing it, man. You're losing it."
yep,
Then after them, the kids in the aerial school got the message to deliver to all of us, and we didn't listen
right,
to it then. We just refuse to listen to the best advice we can get. And why? It's all the same thing, because our egos won't allow us to believe that there's more to all of this, that we don't have the answers for everything, that we're, so brilliant and so intelligent that we know everything, but we
Yep.
can't
right.
get past our ego to allow ourselves
But
to
yeah,
go
that
ahead.
material, man, the frequency is attached to that. Just like earlier, me and Chad were talking about like addiction, and I was thinking, well, you feel depleted on the inside, so you go to something else to give you energy, like a frequency. Like energy is data, it's information. So you go to like food or drugs or alcohol or sex or some kind of escapism, and you take that, and that's how we get stuck on something. Just like what you're saying, man. I feel like that's what's getting people disconnected from their spirituality, man. Man, you're spot on, man. You made my mind just go over. I got chills when you were talking just now, man. That's awesome, man. Um,
I only give us a pass because I do understand that most people are at a certain, different place in their consciousness wave than others. So I try to give people the understanding of how they probably can't get, what, the theories I threw out, theories of the teachings of the Buddha, all the Eastern religions and spirituality. But we have so much more inside of us. That people just don't, they need to try to find that place within themselves. And yes, our mother earth, our living earth, is a huge part of it, as we're all
right.
connected, everything that has life. So yeah,
What?
one thing you
Sorry.
can do is get, today when you go outside, maybe think about, not going out with shoes on and digging your toes into the ground and feel some grass, and feel the wind as it blows, as it hits your face.
Mm-hmm.
Just
The
appreciate it. Yeah, just cherish the moment. Yeah,
this will connect us.
A bad
bad
day
day
for
for
your
your
ego
ego.
is a great day for your soul.
Yeah, struggle is nature's way of strengthening, man. It's I want to add something to what you're just saying, uh, Spooky. So I think this is happening to a lot of people because it happened to me last year. I think the people who are going through this shift, a lot of them are getting it's like the polarity or the duality, like disconnected from the materialistic stuff and more attached to spiritual thing, like what we're talking about right now. 'Cause, man, that happened to me last year, dude. Like so much of the stuff I used to use as a form of escapism, like I don't go to it anymore, man. I mean, I still like love playing guitar, but I mean that's art, like guitar and art, and I'm trying to get back into working out every day like I used to, but
Yes.
you get what I'm saying, though, right? There's a lot of like things I used to, and like, or like just things I used to, like when I get on my phone now, I don't do stuff that I used to. Like I don't look at dumb videos or stupid or just things that have no benefit for me. Like now
Time is
I'm
so
thinking like
precious
working
now.
on exactly, man. Like every yeah, exactly, man. Tomorrow is never promised, and every moment we have the ability to like get on that higher frequency. Because like what we're talking about right now, the me from a year ago or a little over a year ago now, I would have been on such a different level that I would have been like, man, what are these fucking hippies talking about, right? You know, I'm sorry. No offense, man. No,
No, I'm a
you know
hippie.
what I'm saying, though,
I
right?
know I am.
Okay, I didn't mean it like that. But yeah, man, I would just been like, okay, man, this is like a bunch of you know, I don't know. I wasn't on that level, man. But now it's
Josh,
like I get it.
you got the fast track, man. The thing about you that one of your case that has always been something that's just amazed me is how you got like the fast pass to a consciousness awakening. I mean, you
I,
just it happened like boom, and then all of a sudden, instead of denying it and letting it harm you in a negative way, you dove right into it. You wanted to learn as much as you could to try to make sense of it all, and it's so
I
impressive,
appreciate it.
man.
I
Yeah,
appreciate it, man. I
it's
do want to
true.
say there was a lot of setup though. I feel like so for example, my near death experience that got me really into like quantum physics and consciousness, and because I was trying to look into that mind over matter to help me deal with my physical pain and deal with like depression and addiction to pain medications back then, and it worked. And like I've never let go of it. I've been fascinated with it ever since. I've always really been into also been into like sci-fi stuff like Marvel. I'm a huge Marvel fan. I've noticed like after watching the Marvel movies, like the MCU grow, like they kept talking about quantum physics and stuff in there, and I'm like, wow, it's like two of the things I like kind of merging together, and that deals with like a lot of paranormal and sci-fi and aliens and stuff. And now I'm in this community. It's like just everything kind of like back then, as well as my near-death experience and the dream that I had with my grandfather a year before, which I found out very well could have been an astral projection, and the experience that my mother had the day that I was born, my great grandfather. It's just like all these things were setting up, and the UFO sighting that I kept in denial for 5 years. So I got
Yeah.
to this point, and it's like that switch just flipped. It's like the the straw that broke the camel's back, and then it's like, whoa, like everything hit me. But I'm also very grateful for the connections that I have. Like I know the Bledsoes because I was able to go to him and not only have like confirmation that this stuff is real, but also see that they're benevolent ones. Like his case is healing. There's so much incredible stuff. People in the chat don't know Chris Bledsoe had Crohn's disease for 15 years. And after his experience, it was just miraculously gone. It was healed. And there's medical documents to prove this.
Yep.
Because I was into a freak out phase early on. Like when I first realized it's real, I'm like, well, what's going on? Like the aliens are real, or they're experimenting on us. What the hell is this? But for me to find that, and also the very first documentary I ever watched was The Phenomena, and it's incredible. And it has like a 30-minute segment at the end with the Zimbabwe case that you were mentioning. And that also made me feel like, okay, like so they can't all be bad. Like if they're like telling these children, we're screwing up the planet. It all just like kind of just set me up, I guess. What I'm saying, I feel like I had a lot of and some kind of higher intelligence. What you know, something was like leading me, whether it was my guardian angels or the source, whatever. Like something was like leading me here to help me like get to where I am. And I really appreciate everything you're saying, man. I'm sorry, and I'm gonna leave it there, man. But I'm really humbled, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, right on, brother.
No problem, dude.
I know I went off the rails with that, man, but I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Um, and to
Sonny's in
find
the
out, like,
chat. He
man,
says hi.
Sonny.
Sonny, what's up, brother, man? If you can drop him a link and get him in here too, man, be awesome. We only got like 15 minutes, but what's up, Sonny? Thank you, everybody in the chat for
There's my
again for
Sonny
being here,
Boo.
man.
Cassie said. My
That's funny, man.
Sonny
Josh,
Boo.
let me join in. Let me, yeah, Man, yeah, go ahead. I just hope I don't freeze up. I know after a certain amount of people on the screen that my stuff lags, but I think Mr.
Right.
Crowley said he wanted to get in. Let me join in. I feel,
How do I send
but
him
yeah, if
a?
we can get, yeah, man, if we can get Mr. Crowley and Sonny here. That's awesome. I love this talk that we're having. Did you hear what I said earlier, Spooky? Before you got on about the So a lot of people were talking about numbers. Like I know Chad was when we first met,
Mhm.
like 1111 or 333. I was thinking, what those numbered synchronicities are giving us sort of like downloads, kind of in a way that we're not aware of, because numbers are frequencies, and just that thought, is putting a frequency through us.
It's not only
So like, what?
numbers; it's symbols,
Yeah,
geometry
yeah,
symbols, right?
sacred geometry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. So you agree with that, man? You think
I
whenever we
believe
see these
it's
numbers,
I believe it's the
okay,
universal language, and I think that's how information and downloads happen.
right.
That's why so many of the ancient writings and scriptures that we see of the past, they come in forms of symbols, don't they, or numbers?
Yeah, hieroglyphics. Yeah, because there's
Yeah,
so
there's
much, yeah, so much information in one symbol. It's like instead of having to read it letter by letter or word by word, you look at that one
mhm.
symbol and you can get like a whole story or a whole, yeah. Damn, sorry, you just got my brain racing. Yeah, I love that,
Yeah.
man.
One of the guys that I'm really interested in right now is that Gary Nolan, the guy from Stanford, and
Right.
he's been studying consciousness and how the phenomena is I think he tries to be very careful with how he talks about it because he doesn't want to lose credibility in the
Yeah,
scientific community, but he knows what's going on, and
yeah,
I recommend anybody checking out his work and any
yeah.
interviews he might have done.
Yeah, because like you say, he knows that the metaphysical and the esoteric, paranormal, it's all rooted in science in some way that's we can't even wrap our heads around. I know what was that
Yeah,
guy's name again? Gary Knoll, is that what you said?
yeah, no, Gary Nolan.
All right, I'm gonna research him a little bit. Um,
Hey Chad, what was
yeah.
that
So
movie I told you about yesterday? That movie that I found on Amazon. It's called Among
Oh,
Us.
yeah.
oh, dude, I
Among
watched that. I
Man,
think I watched that.
I need to watch that.
Is that
I
the a
highly
documentary
yeah, it's a documentary.
with all
I'll
the
bring Sonny.
experiences?
I'll bring
Yes.
Sonny in.
Yeah, that was excellent. It had that female
What's up,
on there,
dude?
the lady who. What's up, brother? People in
This
the
is
chat,
Brian.
I'm not lagging up or anything, am I?
Oh,
No, you're
sorry.
not lagging up.
What's up, Sonny?
Oh, I had the YouTube going in the background. I was thinking, man, these guys sure are talking a lot.
We're
Talking too
brainstorming,
much.
man. So,
Looks
So
like
what's
the
going
chop
on,
shop.
guys? Good morning.
Looks like we're in the
I
chop
just woke
shop
up.
again.
That party kicked my ass last night. When we got off here, I drank like a half a bottle of NyQuil and I passed right
yeah.
out.
Damn, do we have somebody else in the gift? Hey,
Now, one thing I was
I
going to
can't.
say, whenever I was in
Oh, never
law
No.
mind.
enforcement,
No.
I was an alpha vibe. I am an alpha. And I had to take a step back and listen to people's stories and people's experiences. And honestly, once you take a step back and you listen to somebody, actually listen to somebody, hear them,
It's
you know what I mean? Actually
awesome.
listen to somebody, it can change your entire life. A lot of the
That's so
people
true, man.
who were in prison and stuff like that, they didn't have somebody that actually listened to them, that heard their story, that heard their journey, and that were involved in their journey. And I think as a people, as a civilization and what have you, I think we're starting to listen. We're starting to understand. Spooky has been my spirit animal. He knows it. He has helped me through so much because he listened. And I
Yes.
think
Right.
that's the problem with you as being human beings. We don't listen to
Right.
people.
That's awesome, man. That's so true,
We
man. And
we
thank you
hear
for your
them, but
service,
we
man.
don't listen.
Yep.
That's so true, man. And I forgot you were law enforcement, man. Thank you for your service. I was on the fire department for 4 years, man. So I know y'all. A lot of people have negative opinions about law enforcement, but there's so many good cops out there as well, man. I just want to say that and thank you. But man, you're so true, man. I mean, you're so right on it, and you put it in better words than I could have, man. Um, like everybody's life, you're a unique piece of the universe, man. Their experiences can resonate with you in a way that changes your life, just like you said, man. It's so true, man. Yeah, that's awesome, man. I'm glad you said that. Actually, I really needed that.
That's what I wanted to, that's the only reason I wanted to come on. It's just, we have to listen, and it's just not hearing somebody. It's actually listening, processing, understanding, and connecting with that person. I met a lot of people that were bad people, quote, but they weren't bad people. They just weren't understood. They weren't listened to. They weren't spoken to, and they weren't, understood.
Give me a chance. Yeah, giving a
And
chance.
I've done a lot of bad shit in my life. I'm not going to get into that, but it's, you have to understand people
Right.
from a basic level. And that's what I think we're getting to as a society. We're understanding LGBTQ, we're understanding all this other stuff, to where we blocked that shit out for years and years and years,
Right. Put
because
your ego aside. Yeah, it's awesome, man. So there's this guy, Joe Dispenza. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, man. Oh man, Melissa, thank you so much. That's so awesome.
Melissa, thank you so much,
You're
Melissa.
Thank
awesome,
you.
Melissa.
I
Chad,
tried,
Yeah, thank you.
I tried to donate. It wouldn't let me. So.
Chad, last
Mhm.
night Melissa gave us $20 too around midnight. So
Oh, really?
I had to thank her for that
Well,
too.
thank you
Sorry,
for
Josh.
the chop shop.
Yep.
Thank
Thank you,
Melissa,
Melissa.
Melissa's like,
Yeah, thank you, Melissa. You're
Yeah,
awesome.
Making
she-
That
it,
is so.
making it
out.
rain.
Yep.
I love Melissa.
That's
Making it rain for all her boys. For all her boys
Yeah,
she loves.
Isn't it Melissa that's in Melissa, are you in North Carolina? Was that you or was that
Melissa.
Yeah, she's
Melissa
gonna.
is in North
I told her
Right.
she's got to come and hang out with us in April too.
Hell yeah, man. Oh yeah, I gotta start getting some stuff prepped up for whenever you come, man. I don't know if I'm gonna be here at
I'm a
my
war
well, shit, I want to go to Bledsoe, sorry, but yeah, we'll say that for private talk. But uh yeah, we all gotta meet up one day, man. Like literally all of us in this
Dude, it's
community just
The
gotta get
retreat,
together one day.
the retreat in November.
Mhm.
You have a garage.
Texas for me. That's so far.
Where's
It's
that
even
at?
farther for
going
me,
to
bro.
meet. I'm definitely going to Vegas just so I can meet everybody. I want to meet
Sonny,
everyone else.
Sonny, excuses are like assholes. Everyone has one, and they all.
No, I'm
stink.
going. I'm going to
I'm just
Vegas.
saying.
Vegas is not far from here. I'm definitely going to that.
I'm gonna try.
Hey, Mr. Crowley, I meant to say what you were just saying earlier about ego. So I've got this. I love this guy, Dr. Joe Dispenza. It's kind of how I got into the whole quantum physics stuff. He had this thing where he said ego stands for edging God out. That's what you're doing with your ego, and I don't know. That's just
Dude,
I love
I
that
have-
whenever I heard that.
Spooky knows my story more than anybody else, and I've bared a major cross on my back for the last few months, and you just got to understand. You got to process, accept, where you're at, where you've been, what you've done, and just embrace it and move on from it.
Right.
That's kind
That's
of
awesome.
make it your friend, make your enemy your friend.
That's so
Your
right on.
feelings, your passions, your negativity, everything. Just embrace it and make it your friend.
Mhm.
Acknowledge it, and then you
Oh,
can
just
move
so
on.
you can't have light without the dark. So I was planning on cutting this off at an hour and a half, but I can keep going. Like, cause I
You can't
expect
you can't
you're
have
having a great
pleasure without
this is
pain.
awesome.
You can't have
Right.
any of that stuff.
If you guys want to keep talking, I'm fine with staying
No, it's
on
okay,
longer.
John. I mean, we
I
can.
love the talk that we're having.
Yeah,
just
I
wanna
mean,
make
if you
sure
want
you
to go
cover
for another 6 minutes or something like that, that's cool.
That's
Um,
what she
I mean,
said.
I just
can-
got here, Josh, so we're gonna go for
I can
another
go
hour
another-
and a half.
I was
Do
gonna say,
the
I can
show
at
again.
least I can go for another 30 minutes or so. Or what, I mean, I have somewhere to go, but I can put it off for a little bit, man.
Oh,
I'm
you
enjoying
got
this.
somewhere to go, man. Handle
No,
your
I can,
business.
no, I don't have a strict time. I can just tell her I'll be there a little bit later. It's fine.
Did you fix that wall,
Booty call.
Josh? Did you fix that wall?
Almost done. It's a lot of damage. But, yeah. It's looking good though. I'm working on it right now. Yeah, I'm enjoying this talk, man. It's very beneficial, and I thought it was just me and Chad on here, but this is going so great, man. Mr. Crowley, man, I want to ask you, what do you
Yes,
think?
sir.
What do you think about as far as the disclosure that's happening? Do you
It's
think that
already happened. That's the
okay,
thing.
yeah,
It's already happened. I
or it's
mean,
happening right now, right?
no, it's already happened. I mean, they already said there's shit out there they don't know about. They can't explain. That's not understandable. It's beyond our technology. I mean, it's already happened, and everyone keeps
Yeah,
looking for. They want aliens on the White House lawn. That's not going to
right.
happen. It's
Yeah,
not going to
I,
happen. They already told you that it's out there.
right.
Now we have to figure it out.
Yep.
I think it. Yeah, I think it's like a ripple. It's coming in waves, but they just. I think a lot, like you said, they want to know that it's some kind of non-human intelligence, and I want them to admit that too. Like, because they keep just saying it's something, it's real. They don't know what it is, but it, there's still so many people that are oblivious to. I don't know if it's like this where y'all live, man, but I'm in North Carolina, and like I'll talk to people that have no idea the Pentagon has even acknowledged UFOs. Like I told somebody the other day that the Pentagon set up a department to study UFOs, and he's like, "Man, you crazy as hell." I'm like, "Dude, it's real.
Dude,
Like
there's
just
a space force.
exactly, man.
I mean, come
I don't
on. I
get it.
mean, how much do you need?
I don't
It's
get
how
it.
much do you need? Do you need to be spoon fed? I mean, or can you make your own decisions and figure out your own things? I mean, it's out there. It's for real. It's been in the news. It's been on paper. It's been on print. It's been on the internet. I mean, how much more do you need?
Right, exactly. I think so many people are stuck in their own little virtual reality with their algorithms on their phone, pulling up everything that they've gotten addicted to on their phone, and that's their world. So it's like separating them from the outside world, and maybe that's why there's people that are walking around and have no idea that the UFO thing is even happening. Because I mean, it's bad
Damn you,
here in
Melissa.
North Carolina. It really is. I have family members. I got an argument with a family member, and he's a huge. I'm not going to get on political stuff, but he's a huge Donald Trump supporter. And I'm like, did you know that Donald Trump kind of helped get the disclosure thing out, and or the UFO report? It's like, no, he didn't. And I pulled it up for him, and he looked at it. I could tell he was like kind of shocked, but he still just stayed in denial.
See,
He was like,
and that's
man,
the
this is
problem. Everything is zero to political. Every
right,
conversation goes to political within like 3 sentences. And that's not where we need to be. It's
right.
not where we
And
need to be.
I respect everybody's opinions and beliefs, whether I agree with it or not. I just, you know, it's big. This is bigger than all that, you know. Well, I'm sorry for everybody in the chat. I've not been looking at the comments
Hey,
at all.
Angels. Oh, that's probably for the benefit of everybody in the
Stop it,
Melissa's
Spooky.
Man.
God damn it.
Melissa's taking over for Jamie since Jamie's sleeping. I guess Melissa's in charge.
Guys, I'm gonna get the wrench thing figured out later. I saw somebody say something about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I already got
the
man,
wrenches issued.
I'm already looking up plane tickets to North Carolina. I mean, fine, Melissa, whatever.
let me
April.
know when you get here. We're gonna throw a massive bonfire and do some sky watching. I
I don't know
almost
where all
said
the viewers went,
bonfire.
Josh.
A lot of them are in here. No, but
Yeah, I was gonna say we had like 12 people, and now we have 4. It's like something internet crash
oh
or
well,
something.
man.
No, you
People.
pulled me up. There you go, dumbasses.
I'm sure people will come back and rewatch this though. I've been getting some good views here. I mean, my viewers are slowly going up. I just started doing this 3 weeks ago, and
They'll go up
when,
for sure.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
hell yeah.
it's happening. Gemma came on the other night, and within 5 hours, it had like 130 views. I'm like, wow, that's
Well,
a record.
that's Gemma, of course.
Yeah, as I said, it's a
Yeah,
record for me, but it's getting better.
Gemma's pretty
somebody
awesome to have on, huh? You like that,
Who?
Josh? Gemma, she's a good guest, huh?
Yeah, actually, I've
She's
been
awesome.
talking to Gemma. I've been talking to Gemma privately about some more personal stuff.
Hmm.
So I got a family member that's an experiencer that most of the rest of my family doesn't know, but she's definitely having experiences, and Gemma's helping out with that right now.
No, I'm actually pretty close to Gemma too. We've had some pretty in-depth spooky nose conversations. So no, she's a great woman.
She's
She
awesome,
is
guys.
she is strong, she is powerful, she is
Yeah,
she is amazing.
she's humble. She's
When she
humble.
does those readings,
Yeah.
it blows me away, like how accurate she can be. You know,
So y'all know.
Mhm.
Sorry, go ahead.
when she does her readings, Josh, it still blows me away how accurate she is, because I don't tell her nothing. She has no clue on really what's going on with some of the stuff she knows about. It really blows my mind. It still shocks me every time she does it.
Yeah, she keeps saying
Yeah.
she's going to do a reading for me, and it's like I don't want to push it.
It's kind of spooky, Mr.
I
Crowley.
don't.
It's kind of spooky.
I don't want to be spooked out. I'm already
Just do
spooked
it though,
out.
because she's done it for me and Chad. She's done it for all of us, and it's a good thing, man.
It's pretty accurate.
It helps.
Yeah, I talked to her. She's sorry.
You really need it done, Mr. Crowley.
Oh, she's going to do one for me too. But just me talking to her, yeah, man, she's on another level. Just me talking to her, like I got a huge crazy vibe. But what's crazy is the night that she was on afterwards, when I was talking to her privately about this family member. I spoke to that family member yesterday for the first time. I just straight up asked them about what's going on. This person said, "Yeah, I saw apparition 2 nights ago. 2 nights ago is when I was talking to Jim about her." And I'm like, "What?" And she said she hadn't seen one for like about a year before that. But 2 nights ago, exact night that I'm talking to Jim about this family member, she has an apparition pop up. And I told Jim about this, and she's getting on it, man. And like, for me, like the fact that she's going out of her way like that, just because she cares about somebody she's never even met, that shows you, like
she's
her
amazing.
quality.
That's what I said. Just like Spooky. Spooky's amazing, dude. He knows me from Adam, and he took hours out of his life to talk to me and bring me down to reality, and just this community and these people, all of you guys, all of you that are sitting here right now are just fucking amazing, because we take 5 minutes to listen to somebody, actually to listen to somebody. And that means the world to a lot of people. And I think we're going to change the world. We are.
It's a family change. Man, Mr. Crowley, did you hear the message that Chris Bledsoe gave for me to give out to all the people doing this podcast stuff?
No, sir.
All right, so I think everybody else here in chat has heard it. So Chris told me that Chris said, well, what you're doing right now, because I asked him what he thought about my podcast. I wanted to make sure he was okay with me sharing his videos and stuff, and he said yes. He said, what you're doing right now, he said what Ryan is doing, what Ben and Joe, what everybody is doing. He said it's making ripples that are going to he's had premonitions like from his experiences. He predicted live at a live MUFON conference event that there was going to be a 7.5 magnitude earthquake in Baja, California, like on a specific day, on live camera, and it actually happened exactly where he said it was going to happen. And but he did tell me, he said nothing is definite because we have free will, I guess, multiverse type stuff. But he said what we're doing right now is making little ripples that are going to have big ramifications in the future. And he said not to let it intimidate, but he said there's a big responsibility. And he said right now that pretty much we're on the front lines of it. And for me, like that, whenever he told me that, it just gave me such chills. And
we're not. See, the thing is we're not trying to change the world.
Yeah,
but we are
trying to help.
We are
exactly. Yeah,
it's just our compassion, our understanding, our listening, and just our appreciation for people as people. It's going to change. It's going to change the world. It really is.
Just trying to spread good energy. That's all good vibes.
Absolutely.
Good vibes.
Not trying to be arrogant or say we're better than anybody or nothing. Just trying to, because there's so much negativity and doom and gloom and stuff out there right now. And somebody just told me somebody told me yesterday that the world has PTSD right now. And like, for me, that was so fucking deep of a statement because I feel like it's true.
I said that to somebody the other day. I said the same thing. I actually told Gemma that. I think it was Gemma.
No way.
I said the world needs healing. The whole world needs to heal. It's not just us. The whole world needs to take a step back and heal itself. So.
Yeah, and this could all be like that dark night of the soul thing I just learned about. Maybe that's what's happening with the whole world right now.
I mean, because if you look at us right now. Look at everybody. Look at Spooky, Chad, Josh, Sonny, me. We would never in the realistic world have met up and hung out and had a beer.
Nope.
we wouldn't have.
Right.
You know what I mean? We just looks alone and just everything alone, we would never have, come together. But we have.
And I never credit that to the topic, like to the UFO or paranormal topic. I always credit that to Ben and Joe. That's where to UFO Garage.
They're
that's
two
what
hippies.
brought me in here, and that's how I met all you guys. And dude,
they're two hippies. My wife,
two hippies that really changed my life.
My soon-to-be ex-wife is kind of like the hippy dippy person, and I was always like, yeah, fuck that. But honestly, I've just come to accept everybody, and we're gonna change. Everything's going to change. Trust me, it is.
What's up, Josh?
Sonny, did you hear what me and Chad were talking about earlier? How we got into this, and the tweet that that UFO Garage posted.
No,
did you hear that earlier, Sonny?
No, I didn't. I missed it. I literally just woke up before I jumped on, Josh.
Oh man, I wish I could show you what we were just talking about earlier. Before you got on, me and Chad, we both shared with each other how we got into this community, and I don't know if this is the same with you, but we got really into it after the Pentagon UFO reports came out, and then because of UFO Garage, that's what connected us. That's what happened to me. That's what happened to Chad, and you're saying that's what happened to you as well, man. It's oh man, it's crazy.
Dude, it's like it makes me love those dudes more and more every day. Every time I meet someone amazing that adds to this group, like Coral or Rin, the
right.
two, they're awesome, and we just meet these people, and it's like
family. Yep.
They're the same. Yeah, they're the same as us. I just told Spooky yesterday, he told me thank you for treating him like family. And I told him, don't thank me for that. I treat you like family because you feel like family.
Right.
I'm not trying to treat him like that. It's just that's how he feels to me. He feels like he's my family.
Oh, bye, Cassie.
That's awesome. Is Cassie in here? Everybody in chat, I'm not lagging or anything, am I? Just want to make sure.
No, you're actually doing really well. I think it's all of our positive energies bringing your Wi-Fi up.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, Josh,
man.
I can pull you an alien card if you want before we get off here.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Hell yeah. And I was gonna see if you can play that that sighting I had at Blitzers later on.
Oh yeah, I pulled that up actually.
When was this one?
You can wait.
When was this
oh
one,
no,
Josh?
this is the one that he was about to play the one that Ivory recorded, the one that I spoke to you about for like hours after. But earlier we played a little compilation I put together of a bunch of Chris's sightings. I put like animation in it, and there's a new sighting that Chris had last night. I'll send it to you. Where this one came out the woods, that swamp. Yeah, if you want to chat, if you haven't seen it, this is my experience at the Bledsoes, and I spoke with Sonny right after this happened, and he saw the excitement / just freaked out.
Fear.
Yeah, I was excited but freaked out. Yeah.
He wasn't scared of the orb. He was scared because he couldn't explain what he just seen, guys. Was. Yeah, I can't even.
That was right after I met you, Sonny. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I was just listening to somebody talk, and we talked privately, and yeah. And Chris felt this stuff coming. He told me not everybody can have an experience.
Oh yes, yeah, that is what I'm looking at. Yeah, that's amazing.
There's the pine tree. It's already dimmed a lot, but it appeared straight up over
Chris recommended me send a prayer of gratitude before I finish this orb appeared.
Oh, we just had one very bright one. Oh, really? I told him to say a prayer. They hear you. He started
Strengthen my belief that these orbs respond to emotions and frequencies.
Oh,
maybe you're on some space hub.
It's definitely there.
Oh yeah, I see it.
It's much brighter.
That's amazing.
There's a guy with us that I can't name, but he's a very important person. I'll say that. Chris,
guys, I go out and do this almost every night, Josh, and I still haven't seen one. That man is special, dude. He's so special.
That's a lot of shit going on.
Yeah. This is where he asked me to stop.
Yeah. Try to tell me it's a satellite when you see two of them at the same time. You very rarely see a satellite actually going across the sky.
Stop.
Hey, can you go back just a little bit, Chad?
Oh yeah, back
This is
that
the
up.
part where he asked it to stop, and
Yeah.
it stopped for a second, man. It's my jaw dropped, man. It's you able to cut up the
It
volume a little
just
bit for a
stopped.
second? Yeah, we're right there.
uh,
You look really close. I wish we could zoom it in, but
oh yeah. Okay.
If it gets to the edge of the frame, you can move to track it,
Okay.
but only move to keep it in frame.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can't see what it's doing. Oh, there's another with it.
Oh, it just materialized.
See it?
Yeah.
Behind it, much more faint.
Man, that is just so trippy to me still.
Right there.
Still blows me away every time I see him, Josh.
You know, it's not good. Okay, well, got another one here.
about 15 at least within an hour and a half.
He has to be in some kind of hub.
Yeah, they're very active. This is incredible.
And the beam of light too. I didn't get it on camera. I don't know if Chad was able to pull the picture I sent him,
Oh,
but
there's
there was
another
a
one
blue
following it.
beam
It's a lot more
light that
faint.
came.
It's right behind it.
There's two of them right here.
Yeah, I see him.
For all these satellite
Two of them
photos,
together.
Yeah.
And then there'll be two more after this. These two, those are two separate ones. It's not the same two you just saw.
How often would you see 2,000 go? That's twice. I mean, that seems
Twice. Four.
Wow. Yes. Yeah.
I'm out here on my
Shit's so
balcony.
strange, man.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, Chris told me not to be surprised by the hitchhiker.
Man,
As
I
soon
want
as
to
I
go
get
down
home.
there so bad.
Materialized right in front of me.
As soon as I get home, not even 5 minutes after walking on the porch, it's horrible quality.
I can
This
see it up
orange
there.
ball of light, orange ball of light popped up right exactly where I was looking. I mean, I watched it materialize,
I swear it looked
and
like
it's
it
floating
popped
up.
in right where I was looking.
And I was questioning it right here, trying to figure out what it was, but it was an orb,
I
man.
believe that's an orb. And there's something up above it.
But
looking
why?
at the plane.
That's what confuses me. Just the why.
He told,
Watching
I don't know,
him.
but Chris,
Followed him home.
Chris told me not to be surprised by the hitchhiker. And
But what are they trying to, say or
I think they're
convey?
just changing us, man. Like you were saying earlier, man. I don't know, maybe they're just waking us up.
I think from what I hear from Chris Bledsoe, he's just such a pure and good-hearted person and so thankful that that's why they show themselves to him. And I think they're just trying to thank him back, like be grateful. That's their way of being grateful, is letting Chris see him and letting Chris's friends see them. So
But
they
what-
don't think he's crazy. Maybe if you told somebody, "Oh, I see an orb right here," but you can't see it.
But
when
here's
you go out there and say, "Look at that," and you see it, it's mind blowing, man.
Well,
that
this
Chris
may be
did that.
selfish thinking. But we all interact for a reaction.
Yeah.
So what do they get from us? What are they looking for from us? Just acknowledgement? I mean, that's kind of where
I
I'm
can
at.
tell you what.
Here's my dog. Here's my
I
dog.
think that, like what we've been talking, like what this whole segment is for. I think. What's up, Connor in chat? I think maybe something, just some kind of higher intelligence, whatever this is. It's something that's stepping in because we could possibly be leading to our downfall, man. I think technology could be taking us in a bad direction if we don't do things right, or if we lose track of our spiritual nature or whatever.
The second one.
And these like maybe there's some kind of higher intelligence, or like this spiritual force or whatever, like maybe even here in America or everywhere, whereas
Yeah,
these
both.
indigenous cultures, like Native Americans, are so in touch with like the sky people and stuff. And there's a video of Chris seeing an orb that these guys up here have seen, where one flashes, and there's Native Americans that actually came to Chris, and they're doing their ceremony, they're chanting around. And this orb is like right up above the ground, it flashes, and you could see an outline of an entity. I mean, literally, it's Sonny and Chad Smith, y'all saw it, man. I wish I could pull that up right now. Like it flashes. You have to
Do you
slow
have
the
it,
video
Chad?
down. dude, if you could play that, that'd be awesome. You have to slow the video down.
I might.
Chad,
Oh
you're
no,
muted.
we're not on my
Spooky.
StreamYard. We're not on our
Spooky and
StreamYard.
Chad, you're muted.
Yeah, I
Just
don't
so you
know if
know.
Sonny, you can just send it to Chad and he can play it.
Yeah, I
but
think
then
it's on my StreamYard though. And
wait, which one is it?
the one with the Native Americans, and the orb comes in and flashes, and you can see the actual entity. That's so mind-boggling to me.
Am I lagging? I see, like.
Thank you,
Sonny,
Melissa.
you're muted.
It means a lot.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Sonny, you're muted.
Sonny's muted. Why is he muted?
Spooky's muted.
No.
Thank you, Melissa.
what he's talking about is it looks like if you could see the skeleton of an alien. It is so weird, man. It just materialized. You see half his head, his body, his ribs, his arm.
It flash. It's his energy, its essence, or whatever. But it comes in
and goes out. We had to actually pause it and catch the frames. It's like he
had to
popped
slow
in
it
for a
down.
frame or two. Yeah, we had to slow it down to catch it.
Yeah,
and then we
I'm not
screenshotted
sure
it
how
so
to
you
get
guys
to
can
that.
see it.
Sonny or Chad, I think I sent y'all from my main profile, not the one I use for TrippyTimes. But it's and Mr. Crowley, it comes in. It's like the orb just comes halfway into the frame for just a second, like it just wanted to be seen, like it wanted to flash. It comes in and it flashes, and whenever it does, if you pause the video right there, and I mean we did it, and Chris, I video but never noticed that. But when Chris showed me this, I'm in his living room sitting on his couch, and he has it on his big widescreen TV. And I saw him pause it right there, and you see that's an actual entity. I remember being on the couch, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Like it still gives me chills watching it. I hope these guys can find it because it's
I know when Chad got it paused on there, we were doing it that night.
Yeah,
I stood up out of my chair. It was that exciting to me. I was like, "Oh my god! Did you guys see?"
That's an entity, and you have to slow it down as slow as you possibly can. And if we find it, I'll put a link to it after we get off. But
yeah,
I know
I'm looking through different videos and I can't find that one.
We'll find it, Mr.
There's a
Crowley.
picture of it saved on one of our StreamYards in the banners. That's how.
Right. You don't.
Man, I wish I could.
Well, I mean, look, hey, Chad, you can actually find it if you just go to on YouTube, type in Chris Bledsoe Native American orbs, I think, and you'll find it. Gosh, I know I sent it to one of y'all on
It's hard to
Messenger.
stop it on there though in that frame.
You literally have to slow it down all the way and then pause it right there at like 30 seconds, I think. And the Native Americans, they're like around doing their ceremony chanting. None of them freak out or anything. You hear the woman recording it. She's like, "Oh, I finally got one," because this is before they were able to actually record them. And Sonny, what you were saying earlier, Chris said that for a long time he could never get these things on film or on camera. Like they would actually fry the circuits in some of his phone. And then he had a dream or a download, whatever you want to call it, that he would soon be able to get these things, recorded and have others experience it with them, like I did. And like it has started happening. Like a lot of people have gone over like Grant Cameron's crazy story over there with the healing and just so much wild stuff, man. But I really think it's just this whatever this bigger presence is. It's just trying to maybe get us out the matrix, like they say. I don't like using that word so much because it's kind of cliche, but because like what them Zimbabwe
It's
kids
definitely
they
something.
got.
I don't know how anyone could see one of those videos and say that it's not nothing. I mean, I can see them guessing and saying, "Oh, it's a satellite. It's a whatever." But yeah,
not the
It's definitely
oh,
something.
this is it. Yeah, this is it right here, man. Guys, this footage has not been altered or tampered with.
Chad's slowing it down
whatsoever.
so you'll be able to see what we're talking about.
Right there. Boom, boom.
Did you see that
God,
flash?
this is
Now
cool.
wait till
It's
Chad can get that paused on there.
Boom.
There you go.
Whew. Gosh, guys, that's an actual entity that you're looking at, man. Like, serious. It's real.
Yeah, you
can
his
see the
part of his
arm.
head, his shoulders, his where it goes into his ribs. Yeah, you see his arm and where it makes a leg, where it's coming down.
I've seen
And
this
the
video
orb
so
right
many
behind
times.
him. That's
I still get chills. You gotta play at regular speed after this, just so you can see. God, that's wild.
oh yeah, regular speed. You barely even see it. It's just a
Yeah.
yeah.
What was the sound behind that though?
The
you'll
Native
hear it here.
Americans.
Native
Yeah.
Americans doing a chant.
Okay.
And you can't even see it.
Right there.
Oh,
Oh,
I got
boom.
one
Yeah.
finally.
So quick.
Oh,
You
I
hear?
got
I
one
got
So
one.
finally.
quick.
Yeah, she saw it.
Well, where did it go to the left? There
Oh, I
was a
got one
definitive straight edge to the left. Is that
Do
a
what?
building?
It's just
Oh
because
no,
the
that's just when the
camera's shot
video's
in
cut off.
portrait.
Yeah, it's on a cell phone recorded. This is where the video's cut off.
Well,
It
there's
just
a
came in.
there's a definitive line right there. I'm just
That's
Uh,
just
I'm
that's
because
not
just
trying
that's
to poo poo. I'm not trying to poo poo on it. I'm just asking.
no. I'm just saying that's
no,
because
that's the
that's how the
frame.
video was shot.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's just the
and
frame
there's
of
another
the
thing,
video.
Mr. Crowley. There ain't no way. I'm not saying anything bad about Bledsoe's Chris or anything, but myself, there's no possible way I could ever do anything like that to a video. I have no knowledge of it whatsoever.
Me
And
either,
I don't
brother.
think
Yeah,
the
like, see, this is
Bledsoes
I
just
do
can't
either.
edit shit.
They're
I
just as
swear to God.
hillbilly as me. That's what I'm saying. Those Okies don't know how to do this. I mean,
No.
to
this
like
is
make
just
it
the
fake.
frame of the camera.
Yeah.
I'm a Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I'm a Pittsburgh city Billy. So that's
Yeah, see, you know what I mean? Can you imagine
Yeah.
trying to do that and add that into a video?
No, I was just
I wouldn't
curious
even know where to begin.
where that clean edge came from. That's all I was
That's
asking.
just
Oh,
the video
that's
frame.
the
Yeah,
camera. That's the edge
yeah.
of the camera.
Okay.
That the
It's
screen's
because
really
the
little.
older.
It's just a black screen behind it.
Yeah,
Because,
it's just
like I
because
said,
there's a.
I'm
Sorry, yeah.
ex-military and I'm ex-law enforcement. I try to
Yeah.
be critical about
Well,
stuff. You know
I
what I mean?
think they're
So,
shooting with the phone straight up and
Yeah.
down like this, so that's why you're seeing
Exactly.
the edge of the screen so short. It's cutting it
That's
off.
exactly what it is. Can you play at regular speed from the beginning, Chad, just so you can see what's going on? I mean, it's hard to see anything, but yeah, that's just, she was using like an older phone to record it, and that's just the frame of the camera. So it's like it came halfway into the frame just to flash enough to be able to do that. It's like it wanted to be seen. That's them. See, they're
That's
recording
awesome.
orbs up in the sky right there. They're pointing cameras at the sky, recording the other orbs. And this one came low to the ground.
I just saw
Yeah,
the
it must have been
flash.
pretty low. If she could record it with her phone.
Oh, it's very low.
Yeah,
A little too
that one's
close
not
to
an orb,
comfort to
guys.
be
That
honest.
was the moon or a light.
That was a lamppost, I think.
Campfire.
There it is.
Oh, I
Yeah.
got one finally.
Now I will say, I've heard it's not safe to get so close to the orbs, and Chris told me that himself to not ever get super close to one if they come low on the ground like that, because there could be unintentional health effects. And he told me that he was told that by big name people. And it was actually Lou Elizondo even spoke about that. And there's I was told that like sometimes the frequencies from these things they
Do
can
you think
actually
that might be what
mean
happened to the
something.
dog?
Which dog?
His dog, Chris's dog.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, you talking with Grant Cameron?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was something totally different. I'm not sure that the dog was healed. Or do you mean why it got hurt at first?
Right. Yes.
No, I don't know. No, it sounded like his dog was attacked or something. His dog was bleeding really bad, and it came inside, and there was blood going everywhere.
But the
Grant,
reason why is undetermined.
I've
Well,
never heard
why
of them
would
actually like
something?
harming
Why
a
would
person
something
though.
that wants to be known and wants to be seen and wants to be,
No.
accepted
not.
and acknowledged?
It's not
Oh,
something malevolent. It's
shit,
not.
shit.
It's not for a malevolent reason. It's because of the energy,
Okay.
and the reason that Chris says not to get too close to it.
You gotta get off here, Josh.
No, I accidentally just got a
Also-
pop-up came up. Guys, I hope it doesn't kick me off.
If they drip that molting magma off there, that hot metamaterial, can you imagine that dripping on you? You don't want to get underneath them.
Yeah,
I would think.
If
it's hot enough to
what is
fuse into the
going on?
ground, onto the ground. Yeah.
Well, this is why
Guys,
we
I'm-
need these groups. This is why we need these people.
And
so we can
that
tear
metamaterial that I'm
this shit
talking
apart.
about, Chris actually collected some of it that we've
Yeah,
talked
and-
about before. I don't know if you knew that, Mr. Callie, but he had collected some of it, and then
No, I didn't know that.
Tell him, Josh.
Can you guys still see me, by the way?
Yeah, we can see
You're
you're frozen.
frozen.
We can hear you.
Okay, because my phone glitched up really bad. I don't want to click anything and throw everybody
You're
off,
fine.
but we might
You
have
froze
to
at a good
end
angle.
those,
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
did.
froze
I
at a
was
good.
just,
It's just a good
I was
picture.
just
You're
going
fine.
to mimic. I was just going to mimic Spooky. You
Tell him-
froze at a good
tell
angle,
him the
dude. You look
story
good.
about-
So,
Tell him the story about Lou. Oh, I knew he was going to kick
God
himself
damn it.
out. Anyways, I'll fill in
Josh.
for Josh till he gets back. He collected some of this, right? And from what I understand, Lou Elizondo came and they confiscated it and basically told him this now belongs to the United States government. And it's some little, it was a drip off of one of the orbs that happened in front of them. And it's a metamaterial. They don't know what it is. They don't.
God,
they
why
took
can't
it.
people just retain one little?
Well, I think it should have went to him. It should have went to Lou. Lou Elizondo has shown his little collection before on another.
But the thing is, I'm going
thing
to
I
show you.
seen, and
I'll
he's
show
got
you four
quite.
of my
So they'll
cards.
figure it out. Like if I would have kept something like that, it would have just been here. I would have never known what that was. If I give it to the government, they might not tell us, but at least they can figure it out.
Well, just from
might
my
have had that attitude.
just from my experience with the
you
government
guys are
and
still
everything
here.
else,
Oh,
we're
Chad,
here,
I'm
bro.
so glad I made you an admin. It didn't kick me off. That's so thank
No, but just from my
God.
experience with the government, I'm not going to give you 100% of what I have. I'll give you 90.
I'm with you on that.
I'll give you 90.
I'm just saying that's
and I'm
the
gonna keep
reason
that
why I
10%.
think people do it. I
And
think
I
that's
don't
why they would
understand.
turn that stuff
Why
over.
do people do that? Why do people just?
I don't know. If it was me, honestly, I wouldn't know where to start with it. I wouldn't know who to call. I wouldn't know what to do. So if
Yeah, but
someone came and
I'm
said,
not
"We
gonna
know
show
what to
you.
do with it," I might be gullible enough to give it to them.
But I'm not going to show you all my cards. I'll show you 4 of them.
Yeah.
And let you
Can
guess
you
on
guys
the
hear me?
fifth. You know, that's just kind of where I'm at. We hear you, bro.
Okay, sorry
You're
I
all good.
kicked off. Chad, I'm so glad I made you admin so I didn't kick everybody off. I don't know what I just missed.
Chad, you're
do you want me
muted.
to go ahead and
I was telling him, yeah, you explain it to him about the
Yeah.
metamaterial in Lou Elizondo.
Yeah.
Okay, and it was
I might
Lou
have got it wrong.
Elizondo and Tom DeLong. And I have a picture. I think Chad's seen Chris with Lou and Tom at the same time. They're all hanging out in a photo together. So this orb came low to the ground, just like the one that we were just playing, and apparently it started dripping with kind of like this liquid, molten magma looking liquid. And as soon as
Red
it hits
hot.
the ground, red hot. As soon as it hits the ground, it solidifies to this metallic puddle. Literally, it's like a metallic puddle. And it's so crazy. It solidified so quick that you can still see some of it pointing upwards. Like it was like some of it was dripping in the air and solidified as it was coming down into this puddle. I've seen an actual picture of this metamaterial, and it looks like nothing. I can't really put into words. It had like a hexagonal pattern with it, but it was still kind of ripply, just really weird. And Lou Elizondo, he admitted on UFO podcast. That UFO podcast. He openly admitted that yes, he did retrieve this metamaterial from the Bledsoes. And what's really even crazier, Sonny, you don't notice. I sent Chad a video the other day where there was this guy from he was a big time I want to say he was at Harvard or something. Chad, do you remember? He said that he was about to examine some metamaterial that came from an orb that started dripping liquid. But the other thing is the orb, it was a solid energy, right? It somehow turned into a metallic spear after it dripped this liquid. It went from energy to metal and then it shot off. I mean, it's out of this world. I mean, how do you explain it? You know,
Right.
it's crazy. And I have this theory that it could have something to do with the we're talking about like Chad, how do you say it? Cymatics? Is that right? Cymatics.
Yep.
Maybe like cymatics and like I don't know, just frequencies and vibrations, or even like the sacred geometry, how they say all this stuff. You know how they say like if you change the frequency of something, you'll change it. So it's I'm getting so tongue out my head's going over. Like you get what I'm trying to say, right? Though maybe that's how they're doing it.
And this is why I wanted to come on. I was an electronic technician in the U.S. Air Force, and I dealt with lasers, radar, infrared, frequencies, sine waves, everything that has to do with electronics. And I'm starting to notice a pattern. I'm starting to
Okay.
notice a pattern of vibrations and frequencies. The Earth's frequency is changing. Our frequency is changing. And I just feel like these frequencies, these kind of waves, are starting to come together or
Right.
crisscross, at certain points. And I think that's where humanity's going.
Do
As
you think it could have
stupid as that
something to
may
do with
seem.
the? No, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Do you think that could have something to do with the poles? Have you ever heard about the poles possibly shifting
Well,
right now
no,
or
that's what I
changing?
was telling you. I didn't even take that into effect. How that's
Oh,
going
that's right.
to
That was you.
affect how that's going to affect the Earth's vibration and its frequency. I didn't even think about that.
Yes,
To
I
include
forgot
that.
that was you. I forgot you said that. Yeah, and that thought just randomly popped up in my head right before we started this podcast. What about the vortexes, man? I asked Chad earlier. I don't know if
It's
you
all
heard that
frequency.
question.
Like I said, it's all frequency. It's all
Y-
magnetics. It's all ley lines. It's all just, this interconnected, you know, I don't even know the word, but it's
Um,
interconnected. It certainly is. That's how I feel.
I was
That
thinking maybe like the magnetic fields collapsing could possibly have something to do with these vortexes on these. I don't know. I'm just theorizing here.
or expanding, the magnetic
Yeah,
field's expanding,
yeah,
becoming more
yeah.
powerful, kind of like a black hole sucking things in.
I was just about to say black hole, man. Damn.
Yeah. So yeah, I
Yeah, you
just
got my mind racing.
all my shit is supposition. I have no scientific facts to add to it. It's just kind of where my mind goes, with my training and my knowledge. So
Yeah.
I'm right there with you, man. You got my mind just going everywhere too. When you said
Chad,
expanding, God, oh, it's awesome.
Hmm?
you know you got another show coming up in 50 minutes, right?
Yes,
yeah,
Yeah,
sir.
2 hours.
I was just looking
He's,
at the time clock. I was like, oh shit, 5 o'clock.
I was
Let me
just
this
look at
making
the
sure
card real
Chad didn't
quick.
forget. He's booked today. He's got a
um
gig.
I'm booked up today, guys.
angel rifle. The frequency of the veil is shifting. That's exactly what we were saying at the beginning. Yeah, this segment is
728 Earth
normally
Elements.
the segment is
Earth
normally supposed to be
element.
about an hour long. What is that, Chad?
Earth element.
Survival.
Survival, adaptable, reliable.
What is that
Is that
shit?
a card? Is that
That's
a
a
card you
card,
just
Oh,
gave me?
man.
that's your card you pulled.
Yeah, this is from the Mystic Martian Oracle. I got this is Josh's card.
Oh,
Earth
you
is
pulled that
one
for me,
of
man. That's,
Earth is one of the four classical elements and critical energetic forces that sustains third dimensional life on our planet.
Nice.
you pulled that for me. That's man.
Yep.
That's so synchronistic, dude. That's
Consistency, hard work,
crazy.
patience, and consciousness.
Don't cry, Josh. It's not manly. So just let you know.
No, I got chills though. No, that's all. And I need to write down what you just said after that, man. My pen ran out of damn
I'll
ink.
keep the card out so I can show you later.
Oh,
Yeah,
what
Josh
was the
made me
last?
cry. Josh made me cry on here before, Mr. Kelly.
No. Where's that
He
at?
did.
I'm gonna
Dirty
watch.
bastard.
I want to
Made me
see
One
cry.
of the first
Tears I had to
times.
tuck off the camera. I was like, "Oh, you fuck."
that
Eddie has
One of
to
the
motherfucker.
make
first
me.
times I
I
got.
know.
It was the
Make
first
me
time I
love
told
him that much.
the
Do you
first time
guys
I told the
realize?
story about
Do you
my
guys
grandfather.
honestly realize I never smiled this much probably in the last 10 years since I've been on with you guys in the
Oh
last couple
wow,
months.
that's awesome,
Seriously.
That's awesome. That's
For
awesome,
real.
man.
For real. I owe you guys so much. You don't even know.
man. Nope.
Nah, man, we're all in
There's
this together, man.
nothing owed.
That's so cool, man. It's awesome that you said that. Yeah, I was telling a story about my seeing my grandfather and the dream or possible astral projection. I'm pretty sure you heard that story, but the one that happened like
I remember
almost
that one.
exactly a year. Yeah, Sonny. First time I ever said that, I was talking to Big Willie in the UFO garage. I think it was the second time I ever came on camera, and I told that story, and I almost got choked up myself, man. Even though that story that happened 11 years ago, and yeah, it got to Sonny, man. But
Yeah,
it's
dude.
This
That
is
shit hit
this is the
home hard.
connection. This is the
Yeah, it
connection right
was.
here.
That
It
was,
is.
yeah. That
Scanning
might
for
be me and
messages.
Josh's connection. You know, that might, yeah.
No,
yeah,
this
because
All
you
is
had
the
tied
an
together.
connection.
experience with good.
If
Sonny
you
had an
look at all
experience
of
with his
us,
grandfather.
why?
Yeah.
If you look at all of us, why? Why are we
Yep.
here? There's no reason logically why we would all be together right now and speaking, but maybe there's a universal reason why we're all right here and speaking. And that's kind of I'm looking at the bigger picture now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and where it could be going. That's exactly what we wanted to do this segment for, which is this is supposed to be a shorter segment, only about an hour or so, but there's no time limit. But
Yeah,
we
you're.
doubled that. But no, this has been awesome. But Chad, I know you do have a show to get to in a little bit, so I can't keep it too long.
Yeah, man, I'll probably jump off here and
And
get ready for that
thank
one.
you,
Yeah, and Spooky, you
thank
got to
you.
keep up, bro.
Dang,
Where?
some big old guns. Some big
Oh
old
man,
guns.
I'm trying to get back into my workout routine. I am actually right now. I gotta get back on my diet. Really start drinking that protein every now and again.
Dude, you
Yeah.
weigh like
There you go.
118 pounds. What do you need a diet for?
No,
Guy's
no, I'm sorry.
athlete.
The game,
No, he
no, the
used to be
game
buff,
weight.
but Josh, I see Josh
Yeah.
flexing in some of his other pictures. His arms were cut; they were big.
I used to bench 195, man. I know it's hard to imagine, but
10 years ago in
just-
law enforcement, I was doing 350. And I was doing
So,
Krav
man,
Maga.
damn,
So,
That was like me
damn,
in high
bro.
school. I can't do that no more.
Damn. It's bad. I gain and lose weight so fast though because of my metabolism. That picture Sonny is talking about where I'm not trying to brag, but I was in really good shape. I was
brag
just a
away,
year ago,
brother.
man.
Brag away.
I ain't trying to brag, but check that
Uh,
out. Yeah,
no,
there you go.
it was only a year ago though, man. Like I'm not gonna get a detail, but the stress from my ex-girlfriend I just broke up with, just that stress alone, man. And that has to do with this vibrational frequency change we're talking about.
Fucking
It affected me
destroys you.
so bad. It did. It destroyed me so bad. I lost 30 pounds of muscle, man. I mean, it depressed. It just threw me so off, man. Because I wanted to stay with her, but I guess she wasn't on the level I was. And also, I've never said this openly, but I'm gonna say it. She found out about the UFO thing that I started looking into. First, she didn't believe it, but then she started looking into it with me. I was watching videos with her. When I watched that phenomenon thing with the Zimbabwe case, and she saw those kids, that did something to her. It made her believe, but not in. I don't know where she is now. I don't hate her. I hope she's living a good life now. Even though I'm not going to get into detail, but she knew it was real after that. But I think she did not want it to be real because it freaked her out. Like she started telling me she didn't want me talking about it around her and started talking crap. Like why are you always looking at blah blah? I'm like because I want to know because I've seen something before. And
People are
I'm not
afraid.
going to say that.
That's
Yeah,
human nature. People are afraid of
Mm.
change. They're afraid
Yeah.
of, what's coming next. That's just human
Yeah.
nature.
Exactly. And I'm not going to say that was the reason that we split up, but it kind of contributed to it towards the end. She really did not like it. She even asked or said something about it possibly being Nephilim because she's Christian, fallen angels type thing. And you know,
You know what I think
I
we need to
told her,
do before we end anything is words
What's
from
that?
Spooky. That should
Oh,
be like
yeah.
the ending. Wise
The
words
guru.
from Spooky. Don't you laugh.
The guru, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That should be the
Yeah, go
ending
ahead.
to every podcast. Wise words with Spooky.
Oh, like a little tiny mini segment within the show. Start doing it even whenever Spooky's not my guest, just any guest.
Spooky's Corner.
Yeah, just a sharing of wisdom at the end. Like
I can only do that. I can only do that if you play my intro song that my daughter
Yeah.
made.
You're gonna have to start making pre-recorded little clips. Spooky
Where's it at?
every day.
That'd be cool.
that we throw on.
Spooky.
I don't know how to do. I don't know how. I don't know how to share it.
I don't know how you can share it. So
Send it to Chad.
we all want to see it though, because your daughter's beautiful. You
I gotta
guys
pull
have
it
a
up, but
beautiful
it was
family.
way back in the chat.
I haven't seen a picture of.
I'm so stoked right now. My family is sending me pictures as they're meeting one of my favorite actors and really a hero of mine is the actor Danny Trejo.
Yeah.
No way.
Wow.
No way.
Yeah.
What? Machete?
Yeah, because
No.
they're over there in Santa Monica right now, and they're at he has a donut shop in Santa Monica, and he's actually
he's
there.
awesome.
So right now, yeah, I love that guy.
He does stuff for like charity, just out of the kindness of his heart, all the time.
He's a
man.
hero, man.
and-
Dude
I mean,
gives
look
back.
at yeah, and he's ripped, man. Look at he's like what 70 probably now. I mean, dude,
Yep.
I hope I look like that when I'm that age. And what a lot of people don't know is he's got some dark stuff
Dude,
in his past. Like he was in prison, like a lot of stuff.
He was in Dust Till Dawn with Selma Hayek. I hate snakes, but my God, I'd share that snake with her running down. Anyway, no, I'm not going to get into
Oh my God, that's so funny. I love that movie.
You don't have
I
to.
love
We all know that feeling.
You already got that?
Yeah.
I love that movie. not gonna get on the movies because Chad's been doing that a lot here lately. No, I want to say this, man. What I love about that film though is like the first half of it is like a totally different genre, and then like the second half it just gets batshit crazy, man. But yeah, sorry,
That's
off
my boy
subject.
right there.
I
Every
love Dan
movie he
Trejo,
has
man.
is like that.
Yeah, Robert Rodriguez. Is Robert Rodriguez or Quentin Tarantino? I know
Quentin
they do stuff
Tarantino.
together. Okay,
Tarantino.
they do stuff together all the time. Spooky, man. It's awesome that your family's meeting him though, man. It's
No
so
shit.
cool.
Spooky. I expect
Yeah,
pictures, just so you know.
We
I was
have
just about to say
we have
that.
met many celebrities over the years because of the business that we've done, but I've always wanted to meet him, and even though I'm not there, I'm just glad that they are, and she keeps sending me pictures, and it's really
Well,
cool, man.
Whenever I lived in Vegas, I think my favorite celebrity, because I had a cable contracting company for quite a while, I think my favorite celebrity was Dolph Lundgren. Just seeing this dude come in, and his hand was like this. It was like
Yeah.
that compared to
Yeah,
my
break
hand,
you.
and I was just like, "Holy shit, that's a big
Hey,
dude."
Larry A in the comments. I'll get up with you later, man. If you want to tell your UFO story and experiences, I think
There's your next episode.
he might be new. Well, I got Barbara Jean Lindsay coming on
Oh, I love
Valentine's
Larry
Day,
A.
and
Yeah.
I think I recognize that name. Well, welcome to my show. I don't think you've been on here before, at least not live. But yeah, I'd love to hear your experience, man. I'm sure everybody would. Um, and yeah, Barbara's coming on Monday, and I got to take a break tomorrow because I've had guests on the past 4 days in a row. It's been awesome.
Well, I'm going to throw this out there. I have a friend who's a Disney artist, like a legit Disney artist, and he has like a UFO experience, and he would love to come
Really,
on and talk about his experience and his art. You
that's
know,
awesome because I'm an artist.
different. You know what I mean? Which is kind of like different. It's not just a paranormal UFO thing. It's kind of a
Well, that's
whatever thing.
metaphysical in a way. I'm an artist myself, and my investigator told me that they've done a study where there's a huge percentage of experiencers that are artists in some type of way, where it's like a musician or actual artist, and anything that you put your thought and your passion and emotions into, that can be art. But I'm an artist
You
and a
can Google
musician.
him. His name is James C. Mulligan, but like I said, he would like to be on a podcast, but it's not just going to be about one simple UFO experience. It's kind of going to be like a mishmash.
I'd love to do that, man, because I'm trying to branch. I don't want this podcast to be strictly UFOs and paranormal. Like when me and Spooky got on here last time, we kind of got a little more into like philosophical and metaphysical type things. I mean, we've been doing that today, but man, I'd love to talk to the guy, man. You said James C. Mulligan?
Yeah, he's legit. Trust me.
Hey, Spooky.
All right.
Hey.
Welcome to Spooky's Corner.
Oh man, this sounds awesome, man.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna say.
I can't change the volume, so it's just playing. Spooky.
It's good, man. Your daughter made that?
Yeah. Welcome, everyone, to another edition of, actually the first edition of Spooky's Corner. So, first of all, I'd like to thank everybody for being here today with us. It's been an amazing chat. Josh, thank you for hosting. And Chad Smith for all your producer skills. And so I was thinking about it when everybody was talking about what do they, why are the orbs, what do they want? That's a really good question. I've told everybody in the past, 7 years old, almost died, saw the light beings, met my spirit guides. There's a lot more to the story over the years that I can tell, but right now, that's enough just to lay the foundation because, over the years, I've, struggled with my spirituality because of, being forced in churches. When you're a little kid, they take you, it's against your, You just do it because they tell you to.
Mhm.
And I don't mean to bash any religion whatsoever. I'm just saying that for me, my spirituality led me to believe in reincarnation. I mean, when I say I believe in reincarnation, I truly believe in reincarnation, and I believe that reincarnation happens many, many, many times to a soul, to a spirit, if you want, whatever your term is for it. So when people say to me, and also, of course, many years of meditation and practice, but when people say, what do they want? Why are they appearing now more and we're seeing them more, and we're all being brought together? And I would tell you, I would suggest to look at what's happened over the last couple of years in our lives around the world, and how we all have been forced into this situation of living an alternatives to the way we lived for generations, right? What's happened in our lives, it's not fair, because new generations, like a lot of these people, I see people like Ben and Joe, and people having babies, and I feel for them, because the world that they're bringing these little innocent babies into,
Mhm.
it's not fair. It's not fair to young couples that they want to celebrate their love and start new families, and have a future. And I feel, I just think it's not fair. But it brings me back to why. Remember what we talked about, the reincarnation, and how some people suggest that it happens many, many times for a spirit. Well, imagine if you, now just think of yourself for a second, just me, and in your case, just you have reincarnated many, many times. Many, maybe not even as a person, maybe as a dolphin, or maybe as a bird, or maybe as a spider. Whatever life form you took on in those many different reincarnations, you learned so much wisdom, right? And you learned so much about life and about other living beings. Now, think about if you are one of those reincarnated beings, right? And you're yourself, and you see your present self headed in a really nasty world and a nasty situation. Aren't you going to do something for yourself to try to help your future self? The world that you see, and all its problems and so much hate and so much negativity, if you're an advanced species that's been reincarnated many times, aren't you going to come back and want to try to help out? And for me, when the pandemic happened, I saw an amazing extra amount of new activity in the skies right here all around me.
Man, that's
Is
Man,
that
there
they're
was spooky.
presenting
oh,
themselves. Go ahead.
sorry, you froze up there,
You
Spooky.
froze,
Sorry.
bro.
Okay. I hope that the at the most that you heard was that they're here, and we're seeing these lights, we're seeing these orbs, all these different anomalies, ghosts, spirits, whatever you want to call it, because we need to change, and they want to help us. We want to help ourselves, past, present, and future.
Man, man, Spooky. I gotta say, I got chills, man, and
Great
I gotta
job,
start
man.
getting. You gotta start doing this for all of the damn podcasts, man.
That's what I said right there.
Spooky.
Words with spooky.
That
Yep,
that
words
was
with spooky.
awesome, man. That was a God. That was a great way. If we're gonna end it out in a minute, that was epic. I mean, I got such chills. I think I'd like to share some thoughts on what you said real quick, briefly, maybe from all of us, if we can. Like maybe go around, if y'all are cool with that. Um,
Yep.
Dude, and everyone in the chat, man. I thought Spooky paused for effect, but he was.
Yeah.
um, yeah, that's
Pause effect.
awesome. No, man, powerful words though. Yeah, he's right. That was really Simon Wells said that was intense.
Simon, good to see you, dude.
It was,
What's up,
man.
Simon? What's up, Enzo?
I wanted to just say one thing real quick on what you said. I just learned what like a dark night of the soul is, and I said earlier that maybe what we're all going through right now is kind of a dark night of the soul for humanity, and just kind of hitting rock bottom so we can let go of our ego so much, and get back to our who didn't like the native and indigenous cultures around the world were attracted. I mean, in tune with the earth and their spiritual nature.
Well, I come up with a new
I'm
term.
good at that.
Acknowledge your real self. I
Right?
don't know if that's
Yeah.
a new term, but that's just kind of the term I'm at. Acknowledge your real self.
Yeah.
That's
Your
kind of
higher
where
self,
I'm at.
man.
Mm-hmm.
It's spooky how spooky. It's spooky how spooky is so tuned in.
Spooky
Right.
is spooky tuned
Spooky
in.
in a good way. Spooky where you get them chills. It kind of just makes you feel
Spooky
good,
has saved me thousands of dollars of therapy. Just so you know.
Right.
He actually
Yep.
made a StreamYard just for us to listen to me cry about my shit for an hour. So I owe
Enzo,
him.
what's up, man?
Good dude.
Yeah, Spooky, you
Hey,
gotta
Josh, I
start
gotta get off here in a
pre-recording.
little bit.
Yeah,
we're about to
you gotta roll.
get off right now. Actually, that's why I wanted to close it out with that, man. Yeah, man, that was awesome.
Perfect.
You guys got any last words you want to say? Guys, this didn't
All
go
hell
anywhere the way I
spooky?
thought it was.
All hell spooky.
All hell spooky. That's a good one.
It all starts with humility, folks. Just
Later,
be
guys.
humble.
I'm gonna go ahead and close this out, guys. I thought you were gonna play that while we closed it out, man.
I just didn't know how loud it was. It seems pretty loud on my end.
It's good enough.
Okay.
It's loud. We got volume control over here.
All right, we'll see you guys next time on the Trippy
Yeah,
Times.
man, this was great. Thanks for having me on, Josh. Been an awesome show, buddy.
Oh yeah, yeah. Ended up being a round table with friends, man. Thought it was just gonna be me and Chad. This is awesome. You guys, later. I'm go ahead and close it out, man. Take care,
right,
guys.
man, we'll talk to
Take
you.
care, everyone. Chat.
Peace out, y'all.
Y'all have a blessed
See
day.
you all Tuesday.
Peace.